Good evening, folks. This is Colin from Kincaid Outdoors. This is going to be a somewhat little different. I am building a bug out bag for, sorry, let me correct myself. Get home bag for my wife, Jenny. We've been relying on the gear that I usually carry for myself, but tonight, with your help, I am going to build I hope, a comprehensive get home bag for her out of the gear that I've already acquired for her and maybe something other things that I have extra. So by the time this night is over, I hope to have a fully functioning bug out bag for her. This is the bag I'm going to be using. I acquired it over at the state fairgrounds this year. I initially was going to use it for my new get home bag, but it just doesn't fit what I was looking for, which is why I got the other one. So everything we have must fit in that bag, or at least on it. And yeah, hopefully we can, with your help, we can figure this out. So how you doing, CR? How you doing, Jason? Jason, the link is in the chat if you want to come check it out. I'd be greatly appreciated. So bear with me on when I'm trying to fix and get everything set up still, because I was just trying to get the wording down and everything else. This idea popped up in my head early this morning, and I was looking at my bug out bag and I realized it's a lot of gear for one person for two people. So I figured, since generally Jenny and I are going to be separate, working separate, we're like 5 miles apart city-wise, we're going to have to do something a little bit more different to see how we put things together. Good evening, sir.
Voila, I am here.
Hola, ¿qué pasa? Did you guys get snow? Did you get snow?
Yes, we got snow.
Did you build the snowman I asked for?
Wasn't enough.
Even a snowball would have been enough.
What snowball? That was powder.
So? At least you need your hat. That's good.
Yeah. No, it's actually still a little nippy in the shop.
Oh, I bet. You got your heater going full blast out there? Or?
Yes, it's going full blast right here. And problem is, that little heat pump is not quite enough to get it kind of hot enough.
You have a little space heater for Molly?
Nope, those are in our bedrooms.
Okay. Now you know what I generally feel like on the average day.
Yeah.
It is very cold weather is what it's cold to me right now.
Yeah, it's supposed to get down to 17 degrees tonight.
As of right now, give me a second here. Let me reload my page here. It's warmer than it was. This morning, it was negative 14.
Yeah.
And it felt like negative 25.
Yeah.
So it is now 7. So we're actually on a heat wave right now.
Yeah, we're at 27 degrees Fahrenheit.
Hey, King, how you doing, brother?
I said hi to him earlier.
I missed it. Oh, this is for the bag. Who the bag is for right here.
Hey, James.
Yeah, and let's see.
We also have PR. We have King in here.
I figured out Rumble.
Congrats.
Yes.
So good for you. I hope you make $1 billion.
Yeah. No, because then the government will want it.
But just tell them you're from Canada.
No, it doesn't work that way. Whew.
But so I've got some of the things I was talking about already acquired. As you know, I acquired quite a few things. So I'm just trying to figure out the best gear for her, because I found out one of the minor options that I didn't like about this bag when I bought it. No attachments right here. So trying to attach something to this is not going to be easy on the outside. And she acquired one of my wool blankets. So I'll show you that one in a bit. So
yeah, I need to check on something. I can't remember if I'm subscribed to King Break Barrel or not.
I am. He's usually on Ajax channel, which
yes,
Ajax
I am subscribed.
I follow both of them. I follow
hey
a lot
guys,
of people.
follow them. He does some pretty good stuff. He's only got like 7 videos. He needs more encouragement.
I've already done so.
Yeah.
It's only 7 here now, but with wind chill, it feels like -13, if that counts.
I know it's too cold.
It's normal for up here. So I am going to have an assistant going to be popping in and out. And there he is right there. I asked him earlier in the day. He said he would. So if I need something to go look for it, that way I don't have to leave the screen. He can go pick it up for me and bring it back. Then we can figure out how we want to put it in and that kind of thing. I would ask Molly, because you made her a bug out bag, didn't you? Or get home bag or anything like that?
No, I carry the one because I
Not
am
always-
one.
I was thinking about doing that, but the thing is, with Jenny and I working in separate places normally, 5 miles apart, that's not always the best deal.
Oh, did you get my messages, Tyler? And hi, Tyler. How you doing? I figured it out. You can go live with 10 followers. You have to set up Rumble Studios, just like you do for YouTube Studio.
Oh, good for you. Are you going to go live on there anytime soon or no?
I already did today.
Oh, I didn't even know. I'm on. I do have a Rumble account. I just haven't been on there in ages.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just don't have the content. But that's neither here nor there right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stay on topic.
Yeah, I'm going to do that tomorrow.
Now,
So-
if anybody has a significant other and you have a get home bag for them, what do you guys put in your significant others get home bags? Because not everybody works in the same place. Actually, yours and your daughters would be similar. Jason said you have a daughter works in the place you do.
Yeah, we just have different hours.
Huh?
We just have different hours.
I understand that, but technically, I mean, you guys work about a mile apart from home, so that's not too bad.
No.
But your other daughter doesn't.
Now,
She's home with me.
she's home with my mom or with my wife.
My mom.
Sorry. And your mom's home too. And your sister. Rob.
Hey, Rob, how you doing, brother? ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien, thank you very much. Yep, today we're building a bug out bag, or get home bag, sorry, got to correct myself, for Jenny.
I said corn eaters. I guess I should
Corn
put my
fed.
glasses on.
Rob,
I know, but without my glasses on, I thought it was saying corn eaters.
I have to put
that's okay.
that trash bag in the living closet.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's toilet paper.
It's warmer now than it was this morning, bud. Ian's got to take out the trash. So he's not looking for it.
earlier.
Get making time, definitely. Okay, if you were going to build a kit for Molly, if she was away from home doing something, like say she was shopping without you, what would she need? Hey, Dan, how you doing, brother?
Okay, I'm back.
This is what Dan said.
Yep.
We do have more than a few people with significant others in here. So if you don't have one, I apologize. But I do happen to have one, and she's very important to me. You got them both down?
They won't take it.
Yeah.
I
No. They will take it.
No,
Yeah.
I put that one out last time.
Did you put a lid on it?
Yeah, they didn't even take it.
Weird. Close the door, please. You're letting in the temperature out. But it's cold. But I do have my handsome young assistant here. It's going to help me out from time to time. You already promised. I did say he wouldn't be mouthy, folks. But first thing is foremost, bag is important. Bag is acquired. So that's the one thing we don't have to worry about. The bag is acquired. What would you guys next thing we need? We got the bag. What do you think we should put in there?
Protection.
Huh?
Protection.
Protection. Let me see here. I got to get it over there. She's got a knife. She's got a knife set up she can carry with her. She does not generally carry knives because she generally lets me do all that, but she does have a knife set. Ian, I need your help already. Okay. Duct tape. Yes, we do have duct tape.
Electrical tape.
Duct tape. I need mom's knife out of her bag over there, please. You're the one with the double sheath?
Be the one that's currently on that.
Oh, yeah. Bring me the whole thing. That'll actually work. Okay.
Anything else you need me to grab on over here?
I don't know yet until they talk about it. Okay. Protection. 2 knives right there. Now, everybody was thinking about firearms or whatever. Jenny is not a big fan of those. She is not up. She does not mind eating wild game, and all this other stuff. She doesn't mind me hunting or anything like that. She just does a little squeamish about the rest of it. I know it's kind of hard to believe the fact that she was in the military and still didn't deal with firearms. So those are out. But we do have a knife. By the way, this belt that her knife is on is actually the waist belt of my old backpack. It was removable and it fit her knife belt, sheath perfectly. So that's going to be on her hip, not necessarily in the bag. Shelter, water. Okay, shelter. I am holding said shelter right here. This is one of my extra tarps. I'm generally going to be carrying a tarp of my own in my own bag because, like I said, he and I generally work about 5 or 6 miles apart from each other, which means in the cold weather, such as like it was this morning, -25 and all that stuff, you just don't walk fast for 6 miles. You can't. I don't care who you are. Now, also, I'm not sure what the proper word is, chastise a little bit because she does not have proper footwear. But she works in a shoe store. She's generally supposed to look nice because it's an office atmosphere, not a factory like I do or a warehouse. So footwear is different. So we got a knife. We got cover. We got duct tape. What else?
Your medicine.
She carries that in her purse. I talked to her about that earlier. She keeps a full week supply with her wherever she goes. So she's got that covered herself.
And make sure you rotate it out.
She does.
Okay.
I rotate mine. I go through mine and everything else. I carry a full 8 days worth in my bug out bag or get home bag. But I've got extras I can pack up if I need to. I got another simple 4-pack one as well as another 7-day one. So I can go all the way up to about almost a whole month worth of stuff for my heart, my blood pressure and the like. So she's got the medication covered. So that's good. What do we got here? Water. Yes. Give me a second here. Oh, Ian. I can't keep on getting up. That's my biggest issue.
What's next?
I'm going to give you bring me her whole bag and sit it right there.
This one?
Yep, the gray one.
Oh, this one's like
No, before people say, "Well, she could just carry that." No, she can't. Not right now. With her, she's got surgeries coming up for her ankle. She can't carry a really big bag. But could you take off the water filter right there on the outside? Just unclip it. And while she does have a shelter attached to this bag, she does not have one with her get home bag. I figured whatever she and I both have, we could share body heat at the most part. Okay, here you go. Water filter. This one here is a special one by Seychelles. This one here also filters out radiation. So this is a squeeze bottle style with a flip up.
What kind of radiation? There's many different types.
Solid radiation. You can't do radio waves. It's kind of hard for anything unless it's made out of lead, and you already know that. So physically, stuff that you normally be able to brush off your clothes, that kind of thing, or gets in the water, this thing will filter it.
Will it take out the P38 radiation from a space modulator?
Probably. And then reach up and slap the Marvin the Martian at the same time.
Already.
Yes, you didn't think I knew that, did you? No, this one here, I double checked it. This is a real thing. If you want to take a look at it, as Seychelles water filtration, and it has the instructions on how to use it right there on the back. It's just like a squeezed water bottle, but this one here, it comes with a little carry strap. That way she can filter her water as she goes. I will also be carrying a Sawyer Mini with me because it's just be easier for me because I will be separated from her. So she's got water available. She doesn't have it in there right now because there's no need, but we're working on it because I'm building one. What do we got next here? Jason, I need you to help me pick out the stuff from the chat too. I'm trying to read everything. A taser. She does not. We don't have a taser in the house.
They're not that expensive.
But we don't have one at the moment.
It's just keeping them charged is the problem.
Yeah.
They will slowly discharge.
Fire starter, striker, and stuff like that. Okay, I do have something set aside for that. I actually built her one the other day. She does have an additional one. I'm going to use this out of her regular bag. She does have a 42 ounce. Was it 42? Yeah, 48 ounce REI water bottle that she could probably filter the water out of here to put it in here. She'll have plenty of water.
And
So
your Gore-Tex.
She does not have a Gore-Tex coat or anything like that. But here is her fire kit, guys. I am going to be upgrading her a little bit on the bag because my one canvas bag that I got from Cliff is going to fit. This is her fire kit. I'm going to pare down part of this for her. She does have a ferro rod in here. She's got flint and steel. She's got tar cloth, fat wood, some other fire starters. Yeah, a little bit of everything. Only thing it's not in here is an actual lighter. That's on my list. She has a lighter that she likes, but it's a gimmicky butane one that doesn't always work. I got it off at Tinu, so bear with me here. It wasn't very expensive, and it's not in the best shape. So I'm going to pick her up a couple of the simple little Bics that'll go with that list. So she does have a fire kit. Good suggestion, Rob. She does have a plastic poncho.
Oh yeah, those $1.99 emergency ponchos.
Yep, they're not perfect, but they're better than nothing.
Grow 2 in per person.
They're
small.
I only have the one, so I can't really do much.
They're small and they pack tight.
There is one thing we do have between the both of us that's not here next to me right at the moment is the fact that we have if I can hear it. Stop it.
J&J, how you doing?
Yeah. Trying to figure out what I did with something. There it is. I mean, adding this to hers, but everybody knows what this is.
Yeah. Yeah,
Simple.
Always remember that emergency poncho also blocks wind.
Right. So this right here is a emergency bivvy. It can be used for a lot of different things, but remember, it is just an emergency one. It is not long term. She does now have a wool blanket that we're going to add to this. If any of you know the wool blanket I picked up is from the Civil Defense out of Ohio. She acquired that one today. She picked the best one out of my collection for herself. Give me a second here. Oh, this is why I wanted Ian, because me getting up and down sucks.
And don't forget hard candy that has a high or a long shelf life.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in butterscotch and peppermints myself. I like both of those because the peppermints can serve a dual purpose. Not only can it help you with the blood sugar and general make you feel better, it also clear out your sinuses. So don't forget that part. Now, this is her wool blanket that she's going to have. Only thing is, I got to figure out a way to secure it to her bag because there is no straps, no molly, nothing underneath the bag that allows you to secure anything under that backpack. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to either stick it inside it or something else. I'm not sure yet. I've got the straps. I just don't have an idea how to set that up yet because the bag itself is one big bag. Just one bag. As you can see, that's it. There is no secondary bags except for the little teeny one in the front and one long one on the side and two short ones on the other side. So that's all there is. There's straps that go around this way, so possibly we could strap it to the side, like a tube situation. And I could probably do the same thing on either side because both sides have that.
Yeah, you can also do shaving. You can put shaving kits in there, different colors for different items.
She does have a first aid kit. I don't know about I think she keeps that kit, but she has all those kind of items in her purse. So this is going to be in addition to what she normally everyday carries, which is items in her purse. She does carry a lighter in her purse. She carries some medication in her purse and some few other things. And she also carries a filtered water bottle wherever she goes. You know those ones with a flavored filter? Yeah. She loves those things. But she carries it with her. It's in an insulated bottle, so it doesn't freeze. It's not easy to freeze, but the filters don't last long. That's her preference, but that she carries that wherever she goes. Let's see what else we got here. Hey, Jay, sorry for not saying hi. I am trying to remember bulk weight because that's one of the things I'm trying to balance out because I carry the bulk of the weight because I'm stronger. I have no issues with that. Once I get my knee fixed, everything else is going to be copacetic, especially with my weight down. That's even better. I will probably be bundled up better than her because I've been through the cold and had frostbite before. She hasn't. And I'd rather she didn't. In case vehicles go down, we're not going to have much of a choice because there's not going to be, unless we can find someone who allows to stay the night in, say, their house in Des Moines, which I'd rather not, especially since all of our gear is here. That kind of thing. What else do we got? She is fluent. She has used a flint and steel. She has used ferrule rods. Also, another thing I'm adding to hers is a bunch of these, especially for the wintertime.
Yeah.
We do have
shelf life, by the way.
Well, these are new. I just got them like late last year.
They're usually good for about 2 years.
So this one doesn't expire to July of 2025, so well into the summer season, so we're not too worried about it. I also carry I carry something a little different, but not.
Oh, and this one's for CR, a sewing kit.
I don't have a sewing kit, but I also can throw in this for Jenny, not this jar, but what's in this one.
Yeah.
If I don't have enough matches of various kinds, there is not a thing out there because I've got books of matches, stick matches from all over the world. and as long as they're kept dry, they will work. She does have some survival matches in her kit, but she doesn't smoke, or eat, neither do I. So I taught her how to use the flint and steel and stuff like that. So we should be covered that way. I understand that, because one of the things that I am bringing with me is I have several tents. One of the tents that I plan on bringing with me eventually, that's if it's in my, it'll be in my truck initially, or whatever vehicle I'm in. But it depends on who's dropping who off at work, because we share a vehicle. And basically, she drops me off. I carry my gear with me. I have a tent and everything else I carry with me to get me from my workplace to her, because she will not be able to walk from her place to me. So basically, I would find a way to get to her, and then we'll go from there. She actually did provide me with something. Heavy-duty homemade wool socks. And if anybody knows anything about wool socks, these things will keep you warm even when they're wet. She chose these socks particularly because they're heavy duty. Reaching in here behind me, but also got. Oh,
And shopping bags.
Well, shopping bags. She's got bags galore at her workplace if she needs them. So she didn't think she needed those, so there's no point grabbing those.
Because you can put your feet in your shoes and pull that over your shoes. Use some duct tape to keep it on there. Makeshift shoes to keep your shoes dry.
Well, in a pinch, if she really had to, Jason, that she works in a shoe store,
yeah,
she could raid the inventory.
Yeah.
So that's a one-up that most of us don't have an option for. So she could probably raid the back stock for something in her size, boot-wise, and be able to get herself.
Yeah. Because most of us are not going to have rubbers.
No. But they will have hiking boots, because I bought hiking boots through there. My boots that I wear now, these I got through there. So she's got options more than most of us do. She could wear. They sell socks, they sell shoes, they sell spare shoelaces, and they sell snow seal. So that's something most people don't think about in their winter get-home bags. What are you looking at, Jason?
Oh, I'm just watching stuff.
Oh,
I got the Weather Channel on.
Oh, okay.
I'm always listening to her.
You're right. So your plastic bags will slide in the snow.
Yeah, unfortunately, they do.
I do happen to have some snow cleats somewhere. I just got to figure out where they're at. That I'll throw in her bag. But we'll go from there. Fresno lens. I have one. I don't have a spare one at the moment, Dan. So that's one thing I don't have for her. I'd rather give her Surefire, because I may have to pair a smaller bag than this, because yes, this thing has got a lot of gear, including. Let me show you here. Yeah, some of these cotton rounds. Regular wear matches, some fire starter, another fire starter, another fire starter. So the options are a really big piece of fat wood and a bunch of other smaller pieces of fat wood. She's got a really big ferro rod, 6-inch long square ferro rod. She's got her flint and steel set. And like I said, I may have to pare down her gear to fit into a smaller bag for that. So she's got a lot of options. I just got to add, she does have a lighter, but it's a butane one, but it's not reliable. So I'm going to get her a couple of Bic lighters for that. She's not a camper. No. Does she camp for me? Yes, she does. And anybody knows who's seen her cook at the gathering a couple years ago, she can cook over a campfire like nobody's business. Now, I generally carry the heavier stuff, so I do have some pots and stuff that I would carry. But I got an extra one over here that I could put in her gear. No worries. It's a simple setup, nothing fancy. It's just a simple pot with lid that allows you to, you could use it as a pan or a plate. It's got a deep, big pot with a grabber. So, and this is an MSR setup, folks. And a strap that goes around it, the whole thing, which means she can store stuff in here. She does have a stove that she could carry with her in case of emergency. She has a wood gas stove right here that she could use. She knows how to use it. This one's actually better than the one I own because I bought it for her. So that part is covered, so we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, don't forget a flashlight.
Oh, that's one in here too. I'll show you the next thing as soon as I fixed up the pop-out chat thing. So bear with me here. I didn't get a chance to set that up when I was starting. I was running a little late setting things up today because I was trying to figure out all the hashtags for my live, and it's kind of hard to separate everything all at once, you know? Okay. She does have smaller mess kits that we could throw in there, something like this. So everybody who knows these things, they're pretty easy to go, and it didn't cost much, as you can see. And it does have the basic stuff. The plate, the pot, the small pot, and the cup. She does own a knife, fork, and spoon set that she carries with her in her purse, so I don't have to worry about that.
Chopsticks too.
She does have a small Z-Pax Hexamid tarp that she can carry with her. It is a very tiny tent. She does have another one with her regular bug out bag, but it is not as fancy as some things are. This one here is actually from here. It's a single person battle box, single person tent. It's a bivvy tent. All the stuff, all the parts are there. I've set it up. It's complete. It doesn't weigh too much either. Yes, it does. Which is why a lot of the stuff I'm showing you may not go in the bag because first of all, the bag is not that big. She needs it enough to get her by to either I hook up with her and then we can figure out what we have. Because if she drops me off at work and I have to walk from work to her, which I've done multiple times with whatever backpack I have, doesn't matter. We can work stuff out from the gear in the car because I made sure that the car has gear. Now, the only thing is, some of the gear I have in the car is not light, but it's not light for a reason. I have my 30 below bag military, sleep system for me. And she's got a, was it a negative 20 degree sleeping bag, down sleeping bag. That's, I found this today. You guys should recognize one of these.
Oh, yeah.
Now, here's the thing about this one. Everybody's seen these. This is on the high end of things. It's a little older, but it's on the high end because it's an Eaton.
Yeah.
As you guys know, Eaton makes these really good. It's fully charged. It does take the older style plugins, little trapezoidal plugins. It does have a place for putting in batteries in the back. Let's see if I can remember. Where is it on? Oh, it's on right here, as you can see. And it does charge this way, as well as the little solar panel, but I don't really trust that part. But the radio works, the lights work, the charge works, and that kind of thing. That's all I'm going to do because I don't want to get dinged. So she does have communications of sorts. A compass. I don't have a spare compass for her because basically she's staying put until I pick her up or I hook up with her. Then I have one that I'll be using.
Yeah, good. CR glow sticks.
No glow sticks. I don't have any at the moment. But we do have other options. We have candles. We have
dollar store.
Right.
Cheap.
I'm trying to remember where I put a lot of her gear because she's actually got some really, really decent gear. Oh. So that part you guys already talked to, someone mentioned. So she does have piece of gear that she can eat with. We are putting in ramen for her because it's the quick and easiest method for her to heat up water and just cook something familiar that she knows and likes. And also,
those have a short shelf life.
Well, the thing is, which means it's also easily replaceable.
Yeah.
Okay. Somehow, for some reason, I just pulled out 3 camp sets out of her main bag. So one of these is going into her bug out bag, and one of these is going into her regular bag. So
and beef jerky will stay good for up to a year in a sealed
but it
package.
won't last because we have a teenager who knows where it's at. If anybody who has had a teen in their house and there's jerky in the house, not going to happen.
No, you hide it in the mess kit.
That kid can smell jerky from 20 yards. Okay. Anybody know what this is?
Nope.
Now, in the wintertime, this is not necessary, but
Bug mesh.
Yep. Not always necessary, but damn good thing to have when you need it.
Yeah, darn skeeters.
Or in our case, when we were up at the Yellow River, gnats. Gnats suck.
They're not going to hurt you. They're just annoying.
I am trying, but she has. Oh. Oh, there. That's what I'm feeling. I moved the wrong bag. He does have a really simple. This is a Primaloft Woods Canadian sleeping bag and sleeping pad. That's in her main one. But this one here, a Thermarest. So you know it's a good one. The Neo Air. The only thing we do not have is a blow-up device other than using the lungs at the moment. But I'm in the process of trying to figure out how to afford 2 of them, the little mini air presser thingies, but I haven't been able to find those yet. And because she likes her comfort. I'm trying to find out where her headlamp went to. I know I have it. I just don't know where it got put. She has a full setup, a headlamp that's in really good condition. It has got all the different colors and everything else. Oh, I am going to add this to her kit too. Have I missed anything so far, Jason? That's not
Let me try and think of anything.
I'm just trying to go light, but the thing is, a lot of the stuff right here, I'm going to have to discard because one, it's too heavy. Two, she doesn't need multiple of these. Like one of these is perfectly fine. So I'm probably end up going with this one over this one. This is more like the Boy Scout style, but Canadian. Now, well, this one here,
TP, emergency
TP.
TP. Yes.
The only problem we're trying to figure out, because TP doesn't always take moisture well. We were considering wipes, but the only problem with wipes is that they freeze. So we're going to try to figure an alternative somehow.
Yeah, it's called those small little tissue packs. They fit in the bag really good.
Yeah. We do have those little packs of tissue we can pick up. They sell them at Walmart. They sell them at Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
They're really like 50 cents a piece. You can get like a dozen of them. They don't take much space up.
If you can, an extra set of clothes.
Clothes is part of it. What goes with
in a sealed bag.
Now that's the problem. We can't really carry a lot, so we're probably going to have to reuse. So we break it down into clothes she wears, and plus to something she sleeps in that's not her clothes she wears. That'll give her clothes. If we're in a place where we can have a fire or something like that, she'll have something warm and dry to sleep in.
Yeah, it's amazing what you can do with a vacuum seal.
But we need a new one, and I don't have the money to acquire a new one at the moment. Do I want to get one? You better believe it. I just don't have the money for it.
Yeah. Believe it or not, that can fit really flat in a backpack.
Yeah, she already has a whistle that she carries with her in her purse. So a lot of the items, smaller items, she does have those already with her as an everyday carry type of thing. A buff. She actually makes. She has a stocking cap which she made herself, and she has scarves that she carries with her. Like I said, the only thing I don't like that she doesn't carry is that she does not have any thermal base layers. But those are not easy to carry with you because those things do tend to be a little bit, especially if you're not skinny. Right, Jason?
Yeah.
Because getting some in our size that fit us properly, like we lift our arms up and our belly doesn't show, or we bend over and our butt doesn't stick out, those aren't cheap. The good quality ones aren't cheap. She does. I'm going to show you this one because I can't figure out where I put hers, but she does have one of these. And for those people who do know what this is the old school hand warmer. Just takes some Zippo lighter fluid. This thing will last 8 to 10 hours, no problem. And you just got to be careful because this thing will get warm. And I'm sure that Rob knows a lot about this. Cornfed, I know you do.
Get him.
Stop bringing it out here. Put it back. I can't. I'm buried. She's folding clothes. Because we rearranged the bedroom over the weekend because to get ready for my surgery next month. So things got changed around. Oh, CR says hi, love. Love, you have a whistle in your purse somewhere, don't you? You have a whistle in your purse somewhere, don't you? Yeah, I thought you did. Oh, I'm going to correct that then. Let me check something. Make sure this
What?
thing. Nope, this doesn't have a whistle. But it does have cordage, so that's covered. Not much, but it does fit her, and it is brand new, and it's bright orange. But she likes her colors if you didn't check from her socks. Hey, I assumed you didn't. Now, fuel-wise, what I am going to try to do is get her some another Trangia style alcohol stove to go with her other one. That way I can have her carry some of this with her as a backup cooking source, as well as an impromptu heat source if necessary. Because this thing doesn't take much to ignite using a ferro rod. And this amount will last you, well, 1 ounce will last you enough to boil water. Now, will it be like instantaneous, like a jet boil or anything like that? No, but it is cheaper than one of those. Long socks, she has the right here, CR. No, me to her it takes me about before I had before I got her injured, it took me a little over an hour to get from where I work to where she works, maybe an hour and a half. But that's me in my prime without any injuries, with a full pack. When I do mean a full pack that I would normally carry for backpacking or bug out, like get home bag. That may change a little bit after my surgery, but I am going to be lighter, and my knee is not going to be in. It's going to be in repair. Deck of cards I carry with me, so I already have that. I got a deck of waterproof cards that I carry with me, so she doesn't need that. She will be carrying a battery pack with her phone in case her phone, if the cell service goes down due to weather, due to other reasons, she can still charge her phone to play games, listen to her books on tape, read a book from her Kindle library, that kind of thing. And as you know, Kindle books, you can put a lot of different things downloaded to your phone for Kindle, survival-wise. Or even download videos and stuff like from YouTube and the like.
Oh, yeah.
For the same reason. So as long as you have those on your phone, you could watch a movie, you could, do whatever you need to, but, you carry it on your phone. It's a good portable reference device, even without the Wi-Fi or internet, whatever. Now, like I said, I got some things, I'm just not sure where they're 100% at the moment. She does also have a military-style canteen with canteen cup.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that might be a little much for her in this setup because she already is going to have 2 water bottles. I don't think she needs 3 because two is one is none. As long as she has 2, she's okay. Now, I do have an alternative for water purification for her, and it's really, really simple. You give me a second here. I put all the gear on top of it by accident. Just got to remember where it got pushed off to. Oh, there it is. And you're probably going to think I'm crazy. Maybe not. I don't know.
In what way?
If anybody's ever used one of these, they drip. And they're just enough iodine in here to purify water. And
Oh,
we
that's
have,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the little. You can do the purifying tablets too, as well. The iodine tablets.
yeah, but the liquid is faster.
But you got to remember, if you're allergic to shellfish, you can't use them.
Jenny and I are not.
Yes.
So we're okay. But like right now, like this right here, these swabs have a lot of liquid in them. They drip. You only need like 6 drops for the amount of water you need. So a couple of these are easy, they're lightweight. They weigh next to nothing. And also they can use them for multiple reasons. You know, they're medical, not just water purification. But that's just an additional. So these right here, we got like 10 of these in the bag. There's an extra benefit in both medical and water purification. Cards, I know that because I actually do carry cards in my bag. Give me a second here. I reach it. So I carry these with me wherever I go. Now, I am not much of a card player, folks. Never claimed to be. But these cards are plastic, see-through, but you can't see to the other side. So you can't tell what the cards are. But these are Hoyles. These were actually made to be waterproof, so these are good right there. That's what I carry in my bag. Yeah, we're going to have to, because one of the things, I'm going to carry most of the heavy gear. She's going to carry most of the gear that is disposable, like the food and things like that. Because I'm going to try to carry a tent for 2, if I can. I do have a tent that'll fit in my bag that I can carry with me that won't take up too much space. I have my backpacking tent, which is a Big Agnes Copper Spur 2-person tent. It's a freestanding tent. It's one of the most popular tent on the Appalachian Trail right now. And it weighs next to nothing to carry. I have the footprint. I have the whole setup. So with that, with an additional to tarp to go over it, complete coverage. No worries. Now, the only problem is with a little bit, because it would be in a winter situation like this, it is not completely winterproof. That's why the extra tarp to go over them to provide a third layer. Everybody, here's the thing. Just because you overpack your bag doesn't mean you can't put extra gear in your car. Because like I said, if we're at a situation where we're either driving down the road, say a CME hits, coronal mass ejection, kills the truck, kills the car, whatever vehicle we're in. But our gear is with us. She has her pack, I have mine. We just load up the gear that we need to get to our destination, whatever it may be, either getting home or if we're going to our parents, what have you. If we're on our way to work, work's going to have to wait if something like that happens, because there's no way I'm going to work. Because our warehouse is completely computerized. There's no way we're sending out alcohol. Now, I also carry my takedown longbow with me wherever I go. I am going to start taking this item right here. You can barely see it right there behind my head. You know what that is, Jason?
Say again. I was occupied.
The thing I'm pointing at right here.
Yeah.
Over my
Okay.
You know what that is?
No, because I can barely see it.
It's one of my recent acquisitions. It is my bow fishing setup.
Okay.
Now, that does not mean I will not have a takedown fishing pole with me, but it'll be in addition to what I carry with me normally in my truck or in the car if we're going on long distance trips, because I'd rather have that option with me than not. I just need to figure out a proper way to carry this when it's not on my bow, because my bow will not fit in my carrier with my bow right now.
Mm-hmm.
all I have is a little teeny little pack one about that big will fit in my backpack, but not with that. But I carry the bow with me wherever I go. Whatever, if we're going distance, cross country, whatever, that bow is with me. Because it's not illegal to carry a bow, especially if it's broken down in a pack in the back of your truck. So, not so easy with a firearm, I'm sorry to say. Especially if you go across state line. Okay. Now, some things I carry, she does have her own set of gloves and a hat and other stuff, which she keeps in her car. I carry my own separate ones. This is just one of 3 that I carry with me. My other ones, like these right here are my hunting gloves. And anybody who's seen me with my my wool gloves with the little fingerless ones, those, I carry extras in case she forgets hers. Blanket pin. We actually do have extra blanket pins. I carry one with me wherever I go. So that is actually, give me a second here. She doesn't have it, I do, because I'm a firm believer in carrying probably too much. But I'd rather have it than not need it than need it and not have it. As Jason already knows.
Yep.
Because it sucks when you need something and you don't have it with you. Or anybody who's had that situation come up where there's whether they run out of gas, blow a tire in the middle of nowhere. Like I said, I carry 2 Bics with me, one in my pocket and one in my bag, in this bag. I'm going to be picking up her 2 of these and setting them up with zip ties to keep them from being discharged. She already has a ferro rod. She has matches. I just happen to have extra of the Yuko ones. I got 3 sets of those, as well as the solid fuel, and extra ferro rods upon ferro rods upon ferro rods. This is her blanket pin, by the way. I just had to get it out. That's going in her bag. Mine's a little different compared to that. Mine actually is, give me a second. Actually, I might give that to her. Sorry, folks. Mine's right here. So she gets the more standardized big bobby pin version over my medieval style. You're right. Regular safety pins I do have, but for the given situation, I don't carry them in my get home bags because on a general everyday occurrence, you probably won't need them. Because you're just trying, the basic premise of getting home is just that. Getting home to where your resources are. So you need the bare bones basics to allow you to survive, to get from point A to point B. And point A, unfortunately for us, is going to be from Des Moines to Newton. And that's a 50-mile trip with 2 people over 50 in either, say, harsh or really unforgiving weather. And that may take a couple days. Now, that doesn't mean we won't acquire some actual physical shelter somewhere along the way. But we will do our best with what we have. If we don't have it, we have the means to create shelters ourselves, or we could find an alternate method. First aid kit, we have. Now, she's got a blue one I'm going to restock it from this right here. I have not done that yet, but I have a fully stocked major first aid kit that I am going to create her a blue one to keep with her gear. She is medically trained, not to the extent I am. She is a CME, not CME, certified nurse's aide, a medical aide. So she deals with medication. And I am going to be giving her some of these too. If anybody knows what this is, please post it in the chat. What do you tell me? What do you think this is? And no,
I know what those are. They almost look like puppets.
This is not poppets.
Oh man, take the fun out of it.
It does sound like it though.
It looks like it.
No, but it's better for fire starting. Exactly. CR, it is magnesium.
Magnesium was close.
So, got to get some extra smaller Ziplocs and divide this in half. And anybody knows, just a simple spark will get that stuff going. But I'm going to have some other things available, but I don't have it with me right now. I want to put in a butane camp stove in our car, because in case we have a situation such like what Les Stroud did in Norway, where he got stuck on that road with the snow and all that junk. Now, I can't say it's going to happen to us, but if we're traveling to her mother's and we get knocked off the road, we do a rogue wind or the icy road or what have you, it's a possibility. Yep, I did show that before, but I'm going to be breaking it down into separate parts because, folks, that's a lot of magnesium. And I actually got this from Cliff. Dang it, phone. Okay, can everybody help me go over what stuff we're going to put in the bag? First and foremost, with all the stuff I showed you.
Coffee.
I have coffee. It's in the kitchen right now. I carry the little instant coffee of Folgers. I figured a 3-day supply between the two of us is more than sufficient to get us through the basics. After that, it's going to be straight hot water or tea, because I could probably throw some tea bags in there too. Now, will it be without sugar? Most likely. Though I'd rather have put sugar cubes and something like that in due to the energy, boost it will give us. But that's all I can think of right now. And no, I'm not putting honey in there because I don't like honey in my coffee or my tea. It just doesn't taste right. I don't have any super glue at the moment, Dan. Otherwise, I would. The closest thing I have is 2 different glues that I have is some fletching glue or Ferrite glue for tips for my arrows. Now, I am going to try to do a miniature archery kit for my travel bow, which is this one here. If I carry extra tips and everything else, I do want to sew some straps on here, on the back, a strap from here to here, where I could wear this like a back quiver in addition to my regular pack. So that way, if I need to carry arrows, I have a way to do that. But I am in the process of trying to contemplate whether I want to buy at least 3 takedown arrows for that purpose. But that's down the road. And fit in that arrow from my bow fishing arrow. That's another thing I have to figure out. But Jenny cannot do that, so she won't have that.
Oh, $5 in coin.
I'm a firm. I don't have that on me, so I can't put that in the bag. But I'm a firm believer in Sacagawea dollars and things like that. Odd currency may sound weird. I'm talking about like $2 bills.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about you get coin for vending machines.
That too. Because a lot of places, coin vending machines will take Sacagaweas. But by that note, though, if the power's down, you may not be able to use them. So that's a thing we have to consider. And also, if the weather is really, really bad, some vending machines, if they're outdoors, may not even work because of the cold, or their product may be frozen. But like Sacagawea gold dollars or regular dollar coins and $2 bills, people see the $2 bills nowadays, they don't recognize them.
Yeah, a lot of people say it's fake cash now. It's funny.
Yep. And if you're carrying about $100 in $2 bills, all they're going to wonder is, why are you carrying these? That's not realizing that it's expendable cash. Just send it to me on Instagram, Dan. I'll look at it later. Most of my topic that I have gotten tonight was from the inspiration tab on my YouTube studio. So I'm trying to. I decided to see what you guys can do to help me build this bag. Ian was supposed to be helping me grab all this stuff instead of me getting up and down all the time, but he's sequestered in his room again. Not being very helpful. You know how hard it is for me to get up and down.
Oh, yeah.
So some of the gear she may not have to carry because I may have it already. That she's just basically staying in her building where she works. Even if the power's out, it's still warmer than being outside. Because the heat, the cinder blocks of the building she's in will retain some heat for some time.
Yeah.
Until I get there. And also, it will give her some safety. I mean, even if we have to sequester ourselves overnight, because it takes me a while to get there from my workplace to her, I could at least sleep there overnight. Then we could leave the next morning in the daylight where we can see where we're going. Bandana, she does have one. It's actually in the wash. That's one of the things I wash. I washed a lot of stuff today. Like I said, the only thing I'm not really happy that she doesn't have is basically a decent thermal base layer. I don't have the pants because, I have news. I am down to 270. And I fit into a 44 waist pair of shorts. So for those people who know I'm trying to lose weight for my surgery and everything, that's a bonus thing for me. On the back point on that one, I'm finding trouble finding my old pants that I could fit into because I think I got rid of them because I didn't fit into them anymore. But the downside of losing weight is that you lost a lot of thermal mass. If you know what I'm talking about, folks. Writing advice, she carries a pen and paper with her everywhere she goes. So she's got that in her purse. Love?
What?
You carry a pen in your purse all the times, right? A pen. Yeah. We got stuff like that already taken care of. I don't carry one generally because I keep on forgetting to carry one. Unless I'm at work, then I have one then. But I may have one eventually when I go back. I'll be part of my gear, everyday gear, carry gear. But I don't have it at the moment. But she carries one in her purse. So a lot of the items I may mention, she may have already in her purse. Hey, but love, when you're done there, I want to show you something. Wet wipes. There was the same thing going along with TP. I considered that one depending on the weather. If it was warmer weather, then no problem. That would take place of tissues and stuff like that. Welcome back, Jason.
Yep.
I was mentioning that one of the downfalls of losing weight, I also lose thermal mass.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't have as much body fat to carry around to help keep me warm. Don't have any. I don't have a need for contractor bags at the moment because a lot of our gear is already waterproofed. Because it's not going to be long term. The long term stuff is at home. But the short term stuff is this us getting from
Excuse me.
Des Moines, West Des Moines, and Urbandale, where I work, from her workplace. Her place will be our meeting spot. She just walked past. Okay. I'd rather meet her there than try to have her try to walk up to me. Love, to go with your blanket.
Woo! I feel better.
Well, or a cloak or whatever, but you have your own blanket.
Oh god. Oh god.
That's going in your bag.
Okay.
Because you don't have a blanket pin.
Okay.
But now you do. But generally, like I said, I'd rather go down to her workplace because, one, her place is a lot smaller than my warehouse. And there's more people in my warehouse to deal with, and too big to warm up because it's a big empty warehouse.
But it's full of fuel.
It's full of trade goods. But the thing is, a lot of people are better armed than I am there, if that should tell you anything. The higher ups are full concealed, allowed. They have their licenses to carry. So my little bow won't do squat up there. So I'll take what I can take with me and I'm gone. Not planning on coming back if something like that happens. So it's better off for them because I don't want to kill them and I'd rather be with my wife anyway. So I'd make my little happy, but the 5.5 to 6 miles to where she's at in whatever weather it may be, because I've done it in full winter before. So I have actually physically done it in full on winter with my gear. She hasn't. So once my knee's fixed, I can be able to walk from there to her. We post up, figure out where we're going to go from there, and then work our way east to our place. What we can hope for is that if her vehicle's not working or unable to traverse the roads that we have to travel, because it is only a 2-wheel vehicle, not all-wheel drive, not 4-wheel drive, not functional in wintertime, or it was like I said, it was a CME type of situation or whatever situation required, but the vehicle's not working and we have to get home. We're going to have to travel. I figure it's going to cost us at least 2 to 3 days from her workplace to home because of our ages and distance involved.
And how many miles is that?
Give me a moment. Ta-da. Let me find out. Well, they say it's a 15, almost 16-hour trip walking.
How many miles?
42.
42.
But my workplace is
that's 21 miles a day.
Yeah, I would not. I mean, the best I've ever done was 25, and that was with Ian, and he was dead at the end of the day. So that's 2 people over 50. We won't do it in 15 hours. We're not that young. That is, that's a 2-day trip, 3-day trip max. 2 full days, then one overnight, then the last day make it in the morning of the third day. But that's pushing it, not including restrictions due to weather. If it's like now, like or what you got, or like Florida or New Orleans got hit, Florida got hit with snow. You guys aren't used to that.
Oh no, there's no snowplows here.
So you guys are basically shut down in some places.
Oh yeah, no. Like I said, I've seen some of the pictures and videos of the highways. There's nobody on them.
Now the thing is, with us, we may. I mean, they may be snowplows here, but if something happens where the snowplows will not go, like travel's not advised, they don't go out. But the thing is, there's no place we can hold up long enough to make that trip safely. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We would basically trudge it ourselves along the interstate or along Highway 6 or something like that. Not on the main road, because that would be crazy. Because people are stupid. Myself included, but
Well,
you know how it can be. Especially if they think you have something they need.
yeah, that's where desperation comes in. When it's one of those things.
Okay, GMRS, I'm not familiar what that is. I do have this right here. It's got a weather radio and everything else in it, but that's about it. And like I said, this thing takes multiple styles of energy, and it does have a flashlight. It does have a headlamp. I just got to figure out where it's at the moment. I don't know. It's over there. And I don't have Ian here to help me dig for it. But she has a full-on nice headlamp. I picked it up for $3 at the bin store. That came off of Amazon. I also have my headlamp that I carry with me wherever I go as well. And I also have 2 of these. 2 of these. So I'm good to go no matter what. I do have my 2 stocking caps that I carry with me. I have my a second here. Bandanas, just in case someone said that. Not sure where oh, there it is. Anybody should recognize this one right here that I wear from time to time. This is my military watch cap. No, it's not a toboggan. It's not a toque. It's not a beanie. It's a watch cap. Now, I do have a balaclava that I could wear, but I have problems with it. So I'd probably give it to Jenny. I'm not sure if she would have problems with the same problems I do. And I think Jason might even have the same problems with this. They steam up my glasses.
Yeah, they can.
Because all the steam from your nose goes straight up to your lenses. And if it does that, you can't see nothing. Now, I have considered on getting Jenny a butane stove, like the ones they use for backpacking.
Yeah.
The ones with the big gas things that you get for like $7 to $10 at Walmart for the little stoves and the canisters and stuff. For a get-home thing, the only thing is they're not really rated for cold weather, which is why she's got wood gas stove, because that thing burns pretty much anything in that deal, and you can cook on it, you can keep warm by it, what have you. I was considering about possibly figuring out throwing in a water bottle of wood pellets. See if that might be something, because sometimes you may not have access to straight wood right off the bat, or it's too cold for you to go look for wood. But one of these wood gas stoves full of wood pellets would keep you warm for quite a while.
Even charcoal briquettes, just a couple of them.
Something like that, yeah. But I was thinking even a simple water bottle, regular Nalgene bottle full of wood pellets,
Yeah,
is a little extra weight, but it gives you an extra container to carry water in down the road. But it also carries you fuel because you don't have to use it all at once. So if you use half of it to do whatever you need to do, it'll keep you warm for a little while until you can get access to more wood. You will. She does have a bunch of these, but you don't want to burn these up
no,
too soon. But that's, there's one thing Iowa does have is a lot of trees in the ditches. They're not the most driest, but in the wintertime, if they're not ice covered, they should be fairly dry above the snow line. So, a buff is okay, but we have the same problem with glasses. You basically can't. It makes my glasses steam up, and if you can't see where you're going, what's the whole point? We will be carrying a hoodie, a coat with a hood that'll you can close up, so that's multiple layers. Because one thing I found in all the years that I've gone out that I'm going to make sure she's taken care of is layers that you can remove. Because if you get hiking or walking, just simple moving from point A to point B, you're going to build up a sweat. In a cold weather situation, what's the one thing you don't want to do?
Sweat.
You exactly. So, what's the best thing you can do? You
Stay
remove a
dry.
layer. You lose a layer until you cool off. Once you're cooled down, then you're going to add your layers back on. But as long as you're moving, keep your layers lower, not higher when you're moving. Unless the wind's blowing, then you can make sure you keep your extremities covered, but enough to keep yourself from overheating. That's a good idea, Dan. Do you have any suggestions? Because
Yes,
especially for those of us who do wear glasses, like CR, you, Jason, me, Jenny, I think even Rob, I believe, wears glasses. I'm not sure who else. If anybody else wears glasses, please put a 1 in the chat so we know what's going on. Because if you have a spare prescription, that's a good idea to carry too. But that's more of a bug out situation than get home situation. Because if I'm at home, I can go through the gear that I have and put together something a little bit more comprehensive. Yep, I can do that. There you go, sir. Come on up. We have room.
Come and join us.
I'm waiting for him to pop up. So I don't have goggles. I mean, I have goggles, but I don't have a. It's hard to explain. They're in my archery kit. And I don't think you guys would believe me if I showed you what they are. What the hell? I'll get them.
Is he in the basement yet?
I don't know yet. I didn't hear anything pop up. No, I must have taken them out. Okay. I had a pair of antique motorcycle goggles from the 50s that I acquired.
Or beer goggles?
No, these are actually they're like this. They're individual pieces that were leather seated, and they actually have the early elastic band that they had back in the day.
Yeah.
A little leather strap that went across the nose. But unfortunately, I can't wear them with my glasses. And if anybody asks, we do carry different types of coffee, not just. Never forget that hotel coffee works well in get home bags.
Oh, yeah.
And the little kits that they put in there too with the sugar and the pepper and all that stuff. Snag it whenever you can. Stockpile it because you can use it each and every day. I did find, Jenny did find one of my items that I've been, I put somewhere, and I can't remember where I set it down, because I had a little miniature camping salt and pepper shaker, which I'm planning on filling with sea salt and ground pepper. Yep, that's the problem with frost-covered glasses. The one thing I can do that she cannot, that Jason can do, that Molly cannot, and as well as
write their name in the snow.
no this.
Oh,
What?
hair on the
Grow a
chin.
beard.
What is that?
If you want to go full on female dwarf, more power to you, girl. I'm full. I'll be a full supporter. But that's the reason I only grow one of these in the wintertime, basically, because it's too cold not to. Because frostbite sucks. And the one thing I also carry that she doesn't, I carry two things extra. I carry a folding saw and hatchet. Now, do I want to get her own folding saw eventually, but not right now. I know I just haven't found one that she likes. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for him to pop up. I put the link in.
Yeah.
I'll put it on Instagram as well. See what happens. Oh, Jason, I got a quick question for you.
What's that?
Did you take a look at that link I sent you about that the meat giveaway
No, I did not see it.
on Instagram?
No, I did not see it.
They're giving away a quarter beef or half beef. I'm not sure which. It's a half of a beef,
Yep, half a cow.
half a cow, and I'm sure they do a breakdown of what they're offering to give away. You don't have to pay anything to enter. You got to like, share, subscribe type of thing, and the more shares out, the better. Which is what I did for you guys, and you get a half a cow. That's a lot.
Oh yeah.
That'll last you. They They even give you tallow, either rendered or not, your choice.
Mhm.
But I think I sent it to you as well, CR. But I wasn't sure if they could send it to Canada or not. Because that's meat across the border, so I don't know. But I think I did send it to Dan. I sent it to you. I sent it to, I'm not sure if I sent it to Rob, because I can't get a hold of Rob's, send Rob anything. I sent it to, I'm not sure if they could send it to Australia or not. That would be kind of cool if they could figure it out. But it's a giveaway from Lazy J Meats. And when they talk about a lot of meat, that is a ton of meat. Probably about however big a beef is normally fully. Probably 500 pounds approximately for just half. If it's a big boy. You guys mentioned jerky. I'm a firm believer in jerky in whatever medium you want to add to it, whether you're doing with the ramen or whatever. I don't like ramen packets because I figured they're too salty for me, but I do like bouillon cubes. For some unknown reason, I prefer them over ramen packets because I think ramen's got too much salt in them no matter what you do. But you throw those in with some dried vegetables and some jerky, you got a meal. And it'll keep you, and oh man, I'm not going to, here he is. He's finally popped up. There you are, sir.
Oh my God.
Better late than never.
Yeah, no kidding.
What do you mean?
Well, we were waiting for you to pop up here, but I didn't, know when you were going to do that.
No, I was having a hard time getting on there. So
I sent it to you, and then I sent it again on Instagram.
no, I got it, but it was something with my phone, and then wanted to send me to here, send me there, and then yeah.
Well, you're here now, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Welcome, sir. Now, I was going to ask you, because you have a family, do you have a bug out get home bag for your wife?
Yep.
So whenever she's at work or whatever it is, she has a way to carry something on the way home. If the vehicle breaks down, if something majorly happens, she has a way to get home without having to worry about her car or whatever.
Yep.
Good. Now, what do you put in her bag? Firearms aside.
Well, yeah. Besides that, so hand warmers,
it.
lighters,
What was that last part?
lighters.
Lighters.
Or
I still got to pick up Jenny some. She's got a butane lighter, but I want to get her like a 3 or 4 pack of the little Bic lighters.
Yeah.
Those always work.
That, and then normally like a blanket.
I've got a wool blanket right here. She's got that.
Yep.
And she's also got the emergency bivy.
Yep.
From the Soul, the orange sleeping bag things.
Yep. And
Not
then,
but they're something.
so also what I put in there is a tire pump. So, for emergencies, case, you lose.
She got one of those. She bought one of those for herself.
Yep. So that's always what I have.
I'm gonna pick up one for myself, but it's gonna have not just that; it's gonna have the jump starter.
Yep.
Because for some reason, people just say, you know what a CME is, right?
Mm-hmm.
That can happen anytime
Yep.
without warning, which means our vehicles are screwed.
Yep.
And like I kept on saying,
Most.
huh?
Most vehicles are. Not all.
I mean, nowadays, most modern vehicles are screwed because of the computers. Now, does it mean certain vehicles can't be retrofitted to be used without it? but not likely. Like mine's an older 2001. There might be a way for me to do it without worrying about the computer too much.
Mm-hmm.
Might, and that's the big if possible. But her car is a 2014 Dodge Avenger.
Yeah.
Nope. That's
You
gonna,
have to go back as far as the 1980, maybe a little bit older.
when I say retrofit, Jason, I'm thinking literally replace the carburetor, the whole 9 yards, to like a manual vacuum style. Because the mine engine goes all the way back to like 98, though the body style is 2001.
Yep.
But it's a Triton engine, so more computer crap, which I don't really like. This is why I missed my 1971 Ford F100 badly sometimes.
You know what, Colin? That's kind of funny because you just brought up the Titan or Triton, whatever.
Yeah, that's what I've got in my truck.
Right. So I got a 2007 Ford F-150. It's got the
Right.
5.4 Triton in it. And that son
That's
of
what
a
I've got.
gun, the other day, I was driving it, and on the dashboard, I was having some issues 2 months ago. And I took it to a mechanic that my dad knows really well. And he's been, fixing my family's vehicles, stuff like that. If you got a question, you call him kind of thing, and he'll tell you up right away, like, is it something that, you know, I need to look at? Like, that's how this guy is, or if it's something we could do, and come to find out you are right about those engines, just that, let alone if computer goes in them, it's expensive. Like, and it's coming down to my truck's old, but it still goes. And I had some issues with the computer system in it and the fuel pump, the pigtail line on the fuel pump or power steering pigtail line went on it, and I lost all steering in it. And I'm
You
like,
told me about that.
yep. So I was like, oh my God. So
Is it easy
that's
fix?
it is. I mean, it took him no more than, so I dropped the truck off on Monday morning. Monday afternoon, 2 o'clock, he had it fixed up and running.
Okay, that's cool.
So, but I was like, oh my God. Like,
I need him down here because I have the issues I have
yeah,
are wheel based,
yeah,
and it's because I need to replace the wheel bearings
mm-hmm,
and a couple other things. And one item, it's going to sound stupid. Someone took out before I bought it, the running boards on my truck.
yeah,
Got to put new running boards, and I literally right now I can't kneel to put new ones on.
mm-hmm,
You know how stupid that feels when you can't do it yourself.
yep. No, I hear you on that one.
But
I understand too.
if I was, like I said, if we were in a get home situation from where we work, she was 42 miles from home. I'm further out from her. I'm 8 miles from her,
Mhm.
road wise. So 50 miles from my workplace to home. It's a couple day trip, easy. And if it's in the weather like what we're getting now, or you're getting, and everybody else with all the cold weather,
Mhm.
that's harsh conditions for two people over 50.
Yep.
And I mean, I would not let her drop. I can tell you that. If I had to carry her, I would do that. But I can't do anything until after my surgery next month, unfortunately. I just hope nothing doesn't happen between now and then.
Yep.
So you have shelter and everything in her bag too?
Oh yeah. I I I got this backpack of just like emergency clothes between sweatshirts, jackets, you know, um, everything that you need. Blue jeans, obviously she wears leggings, but obviously that's not really emergency, but it's a base layer kind of thing, and then on
Try to
top
get
of,
Jenny a base layer. She didn't have any.
you know,
Um,
or, and then the other backpacks got like, you know, lighters, like I already said. Um,
Gesundheit,
you
by the
know,
way.
right. Just tire stuff, case, her tire goes flat. She's got something for
That would be
that.
something more I'd keep in a vehicle rather than I would in their backpack.
Well, no, it's already in the vehicle, that
Right.
tire thing. But I guess you can, if you can kind of count it, kind of thing, but you don't. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
kind
the
of
one
in
she's got's
between.
like that big, and she can plug it into her lighter of her car if she needs to, or
Yeah,
it's got its own battery supply. But
yeah,
I don't personally trust it because I want something that can jumpstart my vehicle as well as that,
yeah,
not just one thing.
yeah.
She was having trouble with her her tires before we replaced one of them,
Mhm.
and that's why she got it. So understandable why she got it. It was just easier to just pay for a new tire.
Yeah.
Base layers. What type does she have? As you know, Jenny and I are not small people. I mean, we're not tall, but we're just Mr. and Mrs. Claus style. But she doesn't have base layers. I have base layers,
Hmm.
but she doesn't hunt like we do. I'm not sure if your wife does or not, but mine doesn't. We'll eat anything and everything that we get. She'll prepare it. She'll cook it up till you cannot believe it's wild. But
Yeah. No, I mean, obviously, it comes down to, base layers are great, and I heard you saying earlier today, you or Jason on the live, how, you can always take clothes off,
that was
you
me.
know.
You
Yep.
go in the heat. When you get down to skin, that's as far as you can go. But
Yep.
in the wintertime, you can always add more on.
Yep.
But the only thing is, there's also another reason that, especially if you're trying to survive as a couple,
Hmm.
sharing body heat is a good thing.
Yep.
So, like I said, she's got smaller packs that sleeping bags. This is a one of these. I don't know what it is. It's a Canadian brand.
Hmm.
I picked it up the same place where I picked up this thing, which is also a Canadian brand.
Yep.
So,
Well, let me tell you something about the heat. When you start taking off layers and you get down to the bare skin, that's one of the worst things you can do. Just get a nice, light, loose-fitting cover over your whole body, like a large shirt. Just protect yourself from the sun.
I mean, in the winter time, cotton kills.
Yeah.
In the summertime, cotton saves. But people confuse the two.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
cotton is not good in the wintertime. Now, if you're wearing a base layer of cotton underneath in the summertime, nothing wrong with that. It breathes well. It draws the moisture from your skin and everything. If you're wearing moisture wicking clothes, even more so.
Yep.
But I don't see a lot of moisture wicking pants and things like that, especially socks. Unless you're wearing backpacking gear that's specifically made that way, wool socks is your best bet, I would think, because it pulls moisture away from your feet. But unfortunately, you got to wring them out.
No.
Cover, yes. But that's a whole different setup because you got to change your setups according to the seasons. You cannot use the same setup all year round. As much as I would say, great, you can do that, your get home bag is going to change.
Yep.
Your bug out bag may not, or it may, depending on the season and where you're going. Now, Jason's bug out bag would be different than what Tyler's bag is because different climates.
Hmm.
Though he did get snow, Tyler, so That's something he doesn't normally see where he's at.
Yep.
And I bet that Doug from South Florida, Doug, is probably freaking right now because he got snow.
Mm-hmm.
And those people in New Orleans who got snow too. So something that doesn't normally happen.
Right. And that's
It's our normal.
mm-hmm.
They're abnormal.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was about ready to just say.
I had a feeling.
Yep.
But you and I, we understand the cold weather.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do we trust it? Oh, hell no.
No.
You can't trust it. So I have to think for her because she's not used to backpacking at all. She's got foot problems. She's got all this other stuff. When I say she's got a screw loose, it's literal, not figuratively, because she's got a broken screw in her foot that's floating freely from a previous surgery that they have to go in and surgically remove.
Jeez.
Yeah. And she's got a couple of benign cysts that she's got to get removed too. But once she's got those done, she should be a lot better off. But one of the things I'm not so much worried about is her footwear, is because of where she works. I'm not sure if you heard where she works.
No.
She works in a shoe store. The boots that I normally wear, I got from there.
Mm-hmm.
So while she may have a fully stocked back room of different footwear, she might be able to find something she could wear in the wintertime to protect her feet. Because normally she works in an office. She does the medical coding and billing and some sales. She doesn't require to wear boots and hiking stuff. Basically, just basic, nice clothing, like an office setting. So, those people who have significant others, I'm sorry, Dan. I'm sorry, CR. I can't really tell if CR has a significant other. He's never mentioned it. But those who are you vaping?
Me?
Yeah, you.
No.
Smoking?
No.
I don't care if you are. You know that, right?
No, I'm not. I don't.
It just looked like it was.
I do this.
Oh, don't worry about that.
Yeah. That's
My nephew does that. Though he did it so much when he was in his late teens, he almost had lip cancer.
Mm-hmm.
So if you hear me bitching about you, it's not because I think it's disgusting. It's that I worry about you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
No, I know. I do have these program coming up here where it's, gonna help. So
Yeah, I mean, I lost my mom to cancer, lung cancer, and brain cancer. So she smoked 2 packs a day.
Yeah.
And she was literally my age that I am now when she died.
Yeah.
I'm 57. And she had cancer and died. So if you hear me, saying something about it to you, it's not because I think it's disgusting, which I do. It's more that I don't want you to die.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather keep you my friend for many more decades down the road.
Right.
We could be 110 together, just like saying, "Hey, let's go out and let's go shoot a squirrel." Something.
Mm-hmm. No, I've been working on it.
Well, I hope you make it. My thoughts and prayers are with you on that one.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to get your opinion on a couple things. I was talking to SD Mountain Man last night, Scott. And I found out when I was talking to him that he has a 10% disability through the military. Right? And if I get all mine approved in the next 3 to 6 months, I will be qualified for a lifetime hunting fishing license for Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
So what percentage are they projecting you to be at?
Well, just for tinnitus is 10% alone.
Oh, so you got 10% now?
Yep.
Now, what about when you get everything done?
Okay. You get a percentage for each and every item.
Yes, I know.
Here's my items that I'm going to click. I'm going to check off. Tinnitus is number 1. Hearing loss on top of the tinnitus, which has been checked by a military doctor. My carpal tunnel through my hands, which I've had surgery on, which is medically proven. My back, which happened during training and was medically proven. My knee, which is getting replaced, medically proven, but it's got to be approved. So it's basically 5 or 6 items. My heart, blood pressure is another one. So even if I get 10% off for each one, that puts me about 60%.
Yeah.
Nice little check.
Every month.
Oh, I know.
One for each one. And that's for life.
Yeah,
So-
I said my partner's at
retirement.
90 right now.
That's my retirement money, basically. But I'm gonna work until I can't work anymore, or they said they don't want me there anymore. So I got a weird question for you, Tyler. Can you turn your phone sideways?
It's too late.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
That makes things a little easier.
Does it?
Yeah, we can see you better. You match everybody else up here.
No, okay.
No, it also makes it easier for me to see you. So, especially if you're holding something up. If you're holding when you're vertical, it's if you're holding something up, it looks like this narrow to me.
Yeah.
When you're sideways, it spreads things out, makes it easier. Well, I hope you get down to less than that, there, Dan. But I know that Jason got ice. I'm not sure if he normally gets ice, but he got.
No, I got 2 inches of snow.
And I told him to make me a snowman, but he said it's too powdery.
Well, snow is ice, so
No, I mean it's too dry. You said.
yeah, it was a powder.
So that means it's really freaking cold.
Yeah, it's real cold, and yeah, it doesn't
There's no moisture in the air. That's probably why.
it doesn't make any it doesn't do snowballs very well.
If it starts to go where you can compact it a bit, make a tiny snowman for me and take a picture.
Oh, the snow's pretty much gone now.
Yeah, ours has been gone because our wind's been up to 15 to 25 miles an hour. And with the temperature means that's pushed our temperature way down. Like I said, this morning at 7 o'clock, it was negative 14 regular temperature, negative 37 with wind chill.
That's too cold.
Nothing I can do about it. It's where I live. And I'm not even in the cold zone. I'm in the middle.
Shoo.
Gesundheit.
I went out hunting tonight for a little bit.
Any luck?
I was like,
Get a little
nope. I stayed out there for roughly about an hour.
I commented on your video. You should have seen me do it. I did comment on your video.
Yeah, I did end up filming a little session tonight, but I was like, nope. After an hour, with it being so cold, in a box blind with no heater, I was like, yep, nope, I'm done. I'm out of here.
One question for you on that one. Why not? Or why? You should know better.
Right. But it was like a spur of the moment kind of thing. Like I
Even
was
then, dude, you know better.
Yep.
You've been in those conditions more than often than I have, and I know
Yeah.
better. I've had
Yeah.
frostbite on the tips of my ears, and I can't imagine what it's like for using a rifle. I do a bow
Yeah.
occasionally, but an air rifle particularly, I'm not sure how the SEALs handle the cold, unless you're using a 22 or something. So I think you handle the weather better than your air rifle will.
Right. Air guns struggle when it's that cold.
Yeah, they do.
And
Right,
that's
dude.
why you should carry a regular 22 when it gets that cold. For
Yeah.
safety reasons more than anything else. Because
Yeah.
you don't want something to break.
Yeah.
CR said it rose up 50 degrees, though. For a minute, he was at -20. We are. I am currently.
Let's see what we're at right now here.
It's saying we're at 5,
Yeah, we're just
and it getting ready to go down to 4, and
So-
it feels like -13.
Yeah, it's
cold.
according to mine is saying 1 degrees. That's the temperature.
We're getting
Currently.
close. If I go by the hour, what is the hour? Let's say. I know, like I said, we're going to. It's actually going to get warmer when it closer to tonight than it has been. By Thursday, it starts dropping again.
Yep.
By Friday, it starts dropping even lower. So it's going to be in the single digits again. Let's see here.
Mine's showing 0 currently. That's the temperature. Feels like -25 with the wind.
That's what mine's basically saying.
Yep.
It's freakingly cold out. It's now down to 4. It just went from 5 to 4.
That's the type of weather where you can go out there and take a hot boiling water and throw it in the air.
No, that's where I could dip my hair into it and freeze it straight out. Can you imagine my braid sticking straight out the back of my head like a spike?
Yep.
Mine's actually not that bad. They just said mine's like -13. Not as bad as yours, but it's still,
Yeah.
it's cold. Not as bad as CR, who's further north than both of us, but not by much from you.
Yep.
But I was going to know, did you ever consider using these in your bug out bag or your get home bags?
Yep.
Because they have dual purposes, like I said earlier. Not only can you use them for sanitizing wounds, but you can use them for disinfecting water.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you've ever opened up one of these things, they drip. Big drops. And you need these 6 drops that disinfect a quart of water.
Yep.
But in this weather, I can see you, if using boiling snow, melting snow is probably your better bet. But you can't guarantee that the snow is going to be clean.
Yep.
Not so much of bacteria as more of debris. And that's where the regular water filtration comes in. But whether you have one like this, this is my one unique find of the radioactive water filter. If you look up the name, Seychelles, it is for disinfecting radiated water. So if it's got hard particles in it, it'll clear them out before you can be able to drink it. But it acts like a regular water filter otherwise. It's just, and it's not fancy either, which is really funny. That's it. Oh, sorry. That's not it. That's the filter. Nothing to it, is it? Kind of looks like a Sawyer.
Yep.
And it just attaches to that. So it's like a Sawyer. I bet a Sawyer would probably fit in there too.
Oh yeah.
And I carry a Sawyer Mini, and I also carry a Katadyn Hiker with me as well. But I definitely carry that in my big bag. But I do want everybody's opinion. Now, this is the bag I normally was planning on carrying for a get home bag. Now, generally, it would work as a everyday carry because it's not big enough for my taste for carrying the proper gear. because there's only one major pocket and like four, say 1, 2, 3, 4 other pockets. And you really can't do much with that, especially when there's no molly on the bottom to attach anything here. Now, the other bag that I gave her off my old this is my old backpacking backpack, which is a Ascend Backpack 4400. It's a 55-liter backpack.
Yeah.
Backpacking backpack with hydration setup and everything. It's got all the pockets you need. It's very comfortable setup. Pockets on the everywhere. So should I put that in her car for her bug out bag, for her get home bag, or not? Because that would be more comfortable, but she'll be able to carry the gear that she properly needs, including extra clothing.
I would.
You think so?
Yeah.
Jason, what do you think? I know you're not listening. You got your voice shut down, but
That's
CR. Okay, this is the backpack I was talking about. It's a Ascend 55 liter backpacking backpack. It does fit Jenny. I have fitted her to it. The torso is adjustable, the whole 9 yards. Got it from Bass Pro. Very comfortable backpack. I've done a lot of miles on that. I upgraded to a Kelty 70-liter pack. Why? Because I like it better. But I just figured she needed a proper pack that fit her around the waist and everything else. If it fits me, it'll fit her. And it won't be too heavy on her shoulders. Especially if you have someone who doesn't do a lot of backpacking. I don't know what your wife does, Tyler, but if she's not used to walking, especially with something on her back, that could be more detrimental than not. I know for a fact, I'm not sure how far Molly can walk.
Not far.
She does have breathing problems, so that might be an issue. Especially in cold weather, like now. If she tries to walk any distance in this weather outside, I don't know if she can handle it.
Yeah.
No offense, Molly. Just worried about you. Because if I remember what I didn't like when you were out there hunting just tonight, that cold was really harsh on your lungs. Unless you had something over your mouth. Even then, it might be tough.
I did. I had I looked like an Eskimo out there, and I was warm, but I was more worried about my fingers more than like I had a neck gaiter all the way down to like my, where your ribs end,
Right?
kind of thing that goes over your shoulders. I had not this hat on. I actually had like one of those fur hats. I actually had a buddy of mine make it out of coyote that I trapped a couple of years ago, and
Right.
that kept me warm as like a top hat layer. And then I had wool, fleece, and insulated gloves on with hand warmers, and I was actually warm. But the moment I took those gloves off to even look through the scope of, the pew pew, I was like, yep, nope.
Okay. I'm showing you the basics. What I do when I go out. This is my everyday carry. Doesn't look like much. Just a simple. Does this right?
Oh,
Here's the thing. I don't just wear that. You get a pair of just simple work gloves.
yeah.
This is my right hand, but the same thing for my left. So this way,
Mm.
I can still do everything I need to do without interfering. And it gives me that extra layer to keep my fingers warm. And it's wool. You know, even if it gets wet, it's going to keep my hands dry. And with the extra base layer underneath there, it's going to keep your hands warm.
Yeah.
This is my mitt. And also, it looks like a boxing glove. It does. But now, if I'm just straight, if it was a little warmer out and it was not like it is now, I would use something a lot different than that.
Yep.
And that would be something basic like these. They're just Walmart specials, but they're the Thinsulate kind. And as you can tell, they're made for hunting.
Yep.
But I had to stitch this part here last week, right here along the thumb, because I ripped it out. But these right here, right now, would not work because they're too thin. That's why I would go with a base layer of just simple work gloves, rubberized work gloves, and my Thinsulate mitten, fingerless mittens. Because I wish Jenny had some of these. She used to have some of these, but I don't know what happened to hers.
Yeah.
But we're going through a lot of our clothing in our closet, cleaning it out, reorganizing for my surgery. That way she can get her gear back together. But she makes homemade scarves and hats and stuff like that. So she never has to worry about wearing a hat because she makes her own. Me, I'm going with this because it was a gift from my boy and it's military. So what do you call your hat?
A
Is it a
beanie.
toque? Is it a beanie?
See,
Okay.
yeah,
Is yours made of felt? Or is it actually wool?
It's wool. It's like fleece on the outer side, but the inner side is wool.
Okay, I would say anything a fleece mix, anything could be a beanie.
Yeah, it is.
This is a watch cap.
Mm.
And everybody said, no, that's not a watch cap. That's a beanie. That's a toque. That's a whatever. It's a toboggan. No, never understood that one. But as I showed people, I think last Thursday, what does that say?
100% wool.
What's it say above that?
watch cap.
Yep.
It's a watch cap.
Yep.
If the military calls it a watch cap, it's a watch cap.
Yep.
That's all I've ever called it.
Yep. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm gonna go get some of my stuff that I wear.
Go right ahead.
I'm gonna go off camera just for a second so I can
That's
grab
good.
it. And,
He does it all the time.
Yeah,
all right, I'll go grab it.
Now, I figured anything that's homemade, though, like Jenny makes, are stocking caps. I figured those are homemade. What do you think, Jason?
yep, they're stockings, or you can call it whatever you want.
Well, I mean, that's what my grandmother called it. They never called it toques, beanies, or toboggans. I never understood that last one. Still don't, because I don't get the reference. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Beanies, I can understand because they have a little ball on the top of their head. To me, beanies had the little propeller on them. I'm sure you've seen those before.
oh yeah,
To me, those are beanies. Or something that Jughead wore.
Swirly gig.
no,
What was that?
a swirly gig.
I'm not sure what they're called, but now a cover is another name for it when in the service, but that's usually regular hats. Anything you would. Though I did hear the most awesome story about a ranger having to go back through basic training,
Mhm.
and he was wearing his ranger hat, and the he was getting berated by these drill instructors, and then he pulls out, opened up his uniform, shows his paratrooper badge, as well as his other stripes and stuff that he earned as a ranger. Unless you have one of these, leave me alone. They backed off. They had him breaking leaves because they didn't have anything else for him to do. But they did not say another word for him the entire time he was there. Because his hat outranked their hat. Doesn't matter what rank you are, that you earned your paratrooper and all that other ranger badges, you've earned them for a reason.
Oh, yeah.
As former Army, I understand completely. I've met and known quite a few. Now, I can't say all of them aren't raging a-holes. I've met more than a few of those too.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're too full of themselves. But most of the ones I've met are just some of the most down-to-earth people you've ever met. Because they've been through it all. There's nothing that phases them. Now, I don't know, besides Scott, of all of us who's been in the military. So I know there's only a few of us in here. That's fine. It's already the bottom of the hour, CR. Oh, sorry. I thought it was 32. Sorry, my bad. My sight is off. Now, man, I wish I could send you some of these there, Jason. I think you could use some of these.
What's that?
These iodine swab sticks. If you can't get them yourself. Because those things are freaking useful. Because you like working with your hands a lot, especially with your traps and such. I don't know. I mean, I could send some up to Cliff. I'm not. I guess I just realized there's a third possibility what you could use them for.
What's that?
Okay. Once they've done their job of either disinfecting wound or water, there's a wooden stick in here. That should tell you everything right there. Welcome back.
Yeah, if you can get it to go, yeah.
No, I mean, the thing is, you don't need the entire thing to do its job. You break off a whole bunch of those, you got your little kindling. So these got little sticks in them, guys. So they're fire starters. You were saying, show me what you got.
All right, so
I even do this for you, just make it fun.
oh god, now I can really see myself. So, anyways, these are not really considered hunting gloves, but they are like 100%
Warm?
perfect for this kind of like temperature. So I wear these a lot. Like I wore them today, I wore them yesterday, I wore them all week long so far, and they're DeWalt gloves, but
Those
they
are
actually on the inside,
fleece?
the
Yeah,
fleece
fleece line.
on the inside. And I was like, I put these on and my hands were like roasting from going cold to like really warm. And that was with no hand warmers in them. And then on top of that, like I said, I had my buddy make me a coyote fur hat today I had on. And, you know, that thing was like all the way down, covered my ears all the way down, all like basically the fur was like this, you know, coming out.
Air flaps.
And then I had a neck gaiter on, and that thing was
Well, natural materials work better, though.
no.
Can I see your gloves? You see, we're talking about them. You didn't show them.
This was
Fake
one
fur
of the
kills.
pairs. Hang on one second. I'm gonna go grab the other ones.
Yeah, as a reminder to everybody, fake fur kills.
It's just like cotton kills, especially in the wintertime.
Well, like I said, most of your artificial furs is made from petroleum products.
Right.
And then this right here is the neck gaiter for more like not when it's super cold out,
What
but
brand?
it's
Real tree?
hot mocks.
No hot mocks.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Right. So it's not made for like real cold temperature, but it's, made for like, you know,
It's a light
I would,
buff, pretty much.
right. I mean, like mid 30s, low 30s, but not this temperature. I actually had my other one, it's called Ice Armor on today.
You're
And
wearing
that
a moisture
one,
wicking shirt. You got a moisture wicking base layer.
yep,
I can
which
see
is this.
I can see that, yeah. And then you got your flannel.
Yep. And then I
Flannel's
had a
always good.
regular shirt on and then a flannel. So yeah, it's,
Flannel is actually one of your better base layers, folks.
yep,
Because not only if you get too warm, you just shed a layer, and then
Yep.
then the moisture wicking layer would definitely cool you down enough till you have to put your flannel back on and so forth.
yeah. And then these ones right here
Yeah.
are Manzella, whatever, however you pronounce them. These are fleece, but these, they're warm. As you can see, they're starting to kind of wear out a little
Mine
bit.
does the same thing. Yeah, I understand.
It's, Walmart, Myers brand, but these are more for, like the mid 30s. I don't really wear these a whole lot, like this temperature wise, because they're
Oh,
just not
same
real
thing.
warm.
If I got the artificial fleece, this is like a polyester blend, which is
Yeah.
why I wouldn't wear them in cold weather. Now the
Yeah.
other two, I would definitely wear because
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it's the spandex material at the bottom, but it's also moisture wicking on the back. So if you're
Yeah.
getting too warm, it'll breathe through the back more than anything else.
Yeah.
It's nothing fancy, just your simple Atlas work gloves. But
Yeah.
you got only reason I would go with the rubberized ones because it helped protect your fingers from frostbite. And
And
frostbite sucks.
then, go ahead.
Go ahead.
So then sometimes I even wear these. Like the other day when I was out squirrel hunting for a little bit, it was like mid 30s, pushing 40 degrees, so it was actually a warm front where I didn't need to wear these because it was too warm,
Right.
and I didn't need to wear those other ones. So I actually wore these gloves right here.
Okay.
And yeah, they're not super warm, but it was warm enough outside
Are those
where
the
I didn't
neoprene
feel.
ones?
Yep.
Okay. I've actually dealt with those before. Yeah.
So it was warm enough where I didn't really need, heavy duty gloves. I didn't need like I consider them like more like midwinter gloves where it's these versus really cold, where I need actually heavy duty kind of like mitten style. So the other day, I just wore a pair of these. And one good thing about these gloves is I could still feel everything I need to do. Like if it's super cold, obviously I'm not going to wear these, but so yeah.
I'm going to make people mad at me because I'm going to tell you about a pair of mittens that I used to own. They were custom made beaver mittens.
Oh man.
I didn't need them at the time. I had not started backpacking. I hadn't started doing a lot of outdoor stuff. But these were custom made, full on beaver mittens that fit my hands.
Yep.
I ended up trading them for something I needed. So I had some, the fire pit stand you saw that I had at the gathering, Jason,
Yeah.
I traded it for that.
Oh.
Can you see why I traded it for it?
Yeah.
Full on cast iron setup for my cast iron. I traded the beaver mittens for it. So I think I got a good deal for it. But now that I am older, do I wish I still had them? Yeah. But the thing is, I would not give up my tripod set for anything because that thing is heavy duty. Now, for those people who do go out in the hiking and stuff, I know you do, CR, so I don't even have to worry about you. Especially now, I'm not sure if I'm going to see South in here right now. I think he's probably freezing to death down there. I don't know anybody from New Orleans, so I can't really ask any questions from there. So the only Southerner we have right now is you, Jason.
Yep.
How are you guys holding out?
A little chilly. I just wish we had a beaver blanket now.
You wish you had my beaver mittens?
No, a beaver blanket.
No, but you wish you had my beaver mittens, though.
No, just a beaver blanket.
Oh, don't have that. What type of the boots you got there?
So these are lacrosse,
I've heard of those.
and these are insulated. There are 1,000 grams of insulation in them. Which, yeah, they're heavy, but in temperatures like today, yesterday, day before, tomorrow's gonna be super cold.
Right.
I don't need. That's the problem about this grams of insulation in the boot. I don't really wear wool socks. I did it one time, and oh my god, I took off the boot after a hunt, got in my truck, or when I was taking them off, I had wool socks on. There was so much steam and heat coming off my socks, I could have literally started a fire. It was. That's how bad it was. So yeah.
I am going to tell you something that I did learn when I was both from Jenny and being in the service. Make sure when you do have cold weather boots and stuff like that, that they might be a size up from what you're normally width-wise and lengthwise.
No.
Because if your feet or your boots are too tight, that means your feet loses circulation. If they lose circulation, that means they're going to get cold faster.
Yep.
So I hope those are bigger than your average foot
Oh,
size.
Oh, they are.
I have super wide feet.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you've heard. 6X wide. My wife calls them hobbit feet.
Mm-hmm.
Size 10, but 6X wide.
Yeah.
So lengthwise, they're about like that big. Widthwise, they're about that big, about 6 inches wide.
Yeah.
That's a wide foot. But if you wear tight shoes in the wintertime, you're going to get your toes froze faster than nobody's business.
Right. And that's how these boots are. They're actually size 11, which my normal shoe size, yeah, you guys can make fun of it, but whatever, is like 9.5, roughly.
You're only a half a size shorter than me.
Right. So you are right. You go up at least 2 sizes or a size bigger on your boots. And the thing is, if I put a regular pair of socks on, like, I'm going to the store, whatever, summertime pair of socks, I put on them and I put those boots on, I feel like, they're so loose on me that I'm not able to walk. I could, with them boots right there, I could put on a regular pair of socks on top of a wool socks, or put a wool sock on times another wool sock to be able to get them to fit on me.
Yeah, I'd rather just have one pair of wool socks. That way it gives you a chance to your feet to breathe.
Yep.
And a little wiggle room.
Yep.
Than being spot on and sweating your foot off, basically. And as soon as you stop, that cold's going to go.
Yep.
Doesn't matter. I mean, the only problem with Well, there's an advantage to the wool sock thing, but if you take your boots off with your wool socks on still, you can wring out your socks if they're super wet, but you can also just put them right back on, and your foot would still be warm.
Yep.
While it's steaming and doing all its stuff, it's getting rid of the extra moisture. That way, you won't get frostbite.
Yep.
But if you have no ventilation into your feet, I mean, look how wide these are.
Yep.
Look at the size of my hand. And I've got big hands. And those are especially made for me because they're freaking wide.
No.
Now, the only boots I would probably, besides the one like you got, but the only problem I would have, because I've got short legs, because my legs are slightly bowed from the knee down. Medical condition as a kid. I had rickets. Vitamin D deficiency. So I can't wear tall stuff because it goes over my knees. Then I just can't move. So I end up going with something with either a ankle high or maybe a little higher, like a winter military boot. I like those better than I do full on boots like you showed up. Though back when I was a kid, they had those. Oh man, I'm not sure if they still make those or not. The ones with the removable liner, the boots they had the vinyl outside.
Oh yeah,
but they had that felt removable liner on the inside.
The carpet padding.
I don't know. It was it was a form-fitting boot, but it was made of like a felt or whatever material it was. But you could pull it out, let it air out, but it kept your foot dry and warm until they didn't. Mild frostbite hurts pretty bad. I've had chilblains. I've had frostbite. Chilblains are easy compared to frostbite. And it feels like somebody shot your ear off when you have it on the tips of your ears.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you don't feel it when it's happening. You feel it when it's healing. Because when you start warming up, when the blood starts flowing, that's when it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
And trust me, folks, as a person who's had it on both tips of my ears, you don't want that.
Yeah.
Now, earmuffs, I like the idea, but I already have hearing problems. Unless I have a built-in mic or something in one of those things, I don't know if that would even be plausible. Because I've got a good portion of my hearing gone to my left ear already. In a survival situation, you got to make sure you can hear everything.
Yep.
And I have to keep my wife on my right side where I can hear her. She was on asking me things on my left side, and I go, huh? Even though she knows what's wrong, it's not my fault. I didn't do it. The military did. Yep. And I look forward to the day I start getting those checks. I won't have to worry about burning them because I already did. -40. Yeah. I've been in that weather before. I've been in some really, really cold weather, especially coming back from California in the middle of winter. I think it was February back in 1991, coming from California to Iowa. I won't do it again, folks, especially in the vehicle I was in. I don't even own 6 layers, but I've been in that cold weather. I did it in jeans and a sweatshirt, a thermal, and a jacket, and a stocking cap or watch cap. Because I got to keep my watch cap. So back then, I've lost it since then. This is a new one. I did it in an 83 Dodge Colt, Tyler.
Jeez.
You know why it made it through the weather? And you wouldn't believe me, because it was a four-wheel. It was a 4-speed with overdrive. It was a stick. That's how it survived. It was a stick shift. The heater core was overrun because it was too cold. I could not put my feet on the floorboards because my feet would be ice in 5 minutes. But it ran in that weather, that cold weather.
Jeez.
I was so proud of that little vehicle. I will tell you that. My $1,300, 83 Dodge Colt. And no, I mean, if it would have been a truck, it would have been better. Because it was a front wheel drive, which with chains on it, it made it through the mountains, the Rocky Mountains. So I got lucky for that.
Yeah.
I wasn't walking; I was driving, but they would not even let me over the mountain pass without chains. So I had to buy chains just for my little car for a little bit. But it made it, and I was just lucky to get that far.
Yeah.
Would I do it again? Probably not. I would have took the southern route, but I was trying to get home. And if anybody who's been gone for a while in the service knows, when your time is up, all you want to do is get home.
So, not to change the subject there, but with the Instagram to you, Colin, that I messaged you about that squirrel skinner.
Yep. I got money set aside for that.
Okay.
It comes in.
No, it's not a big deal. So, you do want your channel name on it?
I do.
Okay. Okay. So, I did message him about that, and he said, let him, or I'll have to let him know for sure Friday, and then
But
what he'll do
I'm
is,
not married to it. If it's easier just to go without, I'm not picky either way. I just like the idea of having something with my name on it because I don't have anything like that other than my stickers
Mhm.
and my hat and stuff. Now, I am kind of proud of these. And you wouldn't believe where I got these.
I
I
don't
got them
know.
from Temu.
Really?
Yep. And the thing is, these are actually made for dog collars because they're Velcro and everything.
Yeah.
They fit on my stocking caps or my watch cap just fine because they're wool, like they were made for it. So, and I've got another one on my backpack too. So,
Yeah.
and they didn't cost me very much.
Yeah.
So just look on Temu for stuff like this. You can get your own made because your backpack already has Velcro patches on it.
Yeah.
So you can I got them in black and green, like I did, because I like the color. But this here works for me. That way I could either have it on my hat or on my jacket, whatever. But yes, on my name on that if I can. If it's cheaper to go without, I would do that too. I just want one.
No, that the price that I gave to you is everything total. There's no, that's this price. No, that's the total price that he'll do it for. So what I could do is if you can email me tomorrow or message me your email address, I can
Already did.
transfer. Did you?
It's on Instagram.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and do is I will submit your email over to him, and
I
then
just need to know where to send the money.
yeah, right. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll have you and him work that out. So I'm
Okay.
not the
See, I've got several ways. I mean, I go PayPal, I can go Chime, I can go whatever. But
Mhm. Right. So
if
I'll
I
just do that
do from
tomorrow.
Chime straight to him, that'd be great because I could, helps. It's a bill that I've been wanting to get one of those, especially since it's versatile, not just for squirrels. I can use it for rabbits too.
Yeah.
So any small game, which is basically what I love to go after anyway, I'd rather do that because,
Yeah.
like I said, when I did that squirrel on Christmas with a bum leg. You know how hard it is to do that on a flat surface, standing on one leg? It's near impossible. But having one of those where I can just hang it from a tree or whatever and just do it that way would have been a lot easier. I don't have to worry about trying to hold it on with one hand and not being able to use the other.
No. You're actually lucky because you're getting the upgraded one that I was talking to him about. So
Okay.
you're actually gonna be like the first one because he sent them out to me.
I'm getting version 2.
Right. So you're
Okay.
gonna get the upgraded version than what I had, and so I had a few issues with the one that I have. And I kind of told them, like let's upgrade this part on it over the ones that you sent me as a prototype kind of thing.
Right.
So you're gonna actually get the upgraded version then from what I have. So if you want to do a video on it, I don't know.
I was just going to mention that. Yeah.
So
I just got unfortunately, I got squirrel season ends at the end of this month.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably, my boy, his license expired on the 10th.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he doesn't have his picture ID yet. So until he gets his picture ID, he can't get his new hunting fishing license.
Yeah.
So the only person that can actually hunt in the house is me, and I can barely walk.
Yeah.
So I got to find something I can take down outside of town where it doesn't require me to do any walking.
Yeah. Well, bottom line is you're gonna get the upgraded version that I was working with him on, and over what I had. So yeah.
Actually, I have an idea. That might work. What would you say if, when I get it paid for, have them go to you because you have more access to small game than I do right now because of my injury, and you do test it for me and show it off. Then you send it to me after that. Would that work?
It's whatever you want to do.
Well, I mean, because physically I have an issue for getting out to hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Normally I would send my boy out. But like I said, his expired. I thought he had a multi-year license. He doesn't.
Yeah.
He only had a single year. And hey, Doug, did you get snow? Sorry, I have to ask. He's in Florida. Be well, CR. Thank you for coming, brother. I know I missed you like 6 minutes ago, but he's freezing his butt off.
Oh, I bet.
Did you get snow? Yes or no? And if you did, make a freaking snowman. I want to see it. Or better yet, make a grilled cheese because a grilled cheese would sound really good right now.
It does actually.
I talked to SD Mountain Man yesterday for like 2.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked him into making a grilled cheese. I'm sorry, folks. Grilled cheese is still one of my favorite foods.
Yeah.
Because it's a comfort food for me. It's what I had growing up a lot. And if anybody's seen me make my grilled cheese, I make amazing grilled cheese. My last one I made, Tyler, the pole was this far.
Jeez.
Oh yeah. It's a two mixture of two different types of cheeses.
Yeah.
And that makes it really, really good. It was a mild cheddar and a marbled Colby Jack.
Yeah.
And on a wheat bread with country crock butter, and I super buttered the bread, and I used my cast iron skillet with no spatula.
Yeah.
My wife discovered the pull. When she started it, she separated her sandwich. It went like this, and it kept on going. I wish I could have got a picture of it because, I mean, when it got over a foot, I go, holy freaking cow. I mean, she didn't want grilled cheese at first until she saw that I was making some.
Yeah.
You know how they go. As soon as your wife sees something you're making, he goes, can I have one too?
yeah.
So, and you have to give the one you made up for yourself to them. So, but my personal preference is a mild cheddar with Swiss. Does a really good pull. So you always try that. Nope, no snow. 52 earlier. Now it's 37 and rainy. Okay.
Yeah, I got 2 inches of snow here.
He's further south than you, I think.
Doug is, oh yeah.
So he's lucky. He's still freezing. He's not as cold as this guy or CR, who's even colder. I'm right now at a really mild 5, but we have really high winds, which means the temperature, wind chill wise. No, with that Skinner thing, whatever we can figure out, depends on how fast he can do it. But I would, if I would love to see it being used because the reason I would ask you to do it, because you put in the description for the new upgrades, and I want you to try and see what the new upgrades do for you. So you know the difference between the original and the new.
Well,
That makes sense?
Right. So what I told
Unless he's
him
making
to
one
do
for you
on,
too.
right. So what I told him is to do on the upgrades, so we'll see what he comes up with. Obviously he's gonna send you one, there's no doubt, obvious,
Right.
but it's up to you. If you wanna,
I have
just
to
have
wait
him.
because I literally cannot get out and walk.
Yeah.
And that's my main issue. And that's, if I could, I would.
Yeah.
And it's just because I've got a literally torn ACL.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't, without a cane, I can't walk right now. And I can't go without the brace, and it's like near impossible to get out over. And uneven ground is actually, I've been told, no uneven ground at all.
Yeah.
By the docs.
I'm pretty sure he would be if I send him your email and you contact him about it. I'm pretty sure he'll be fine with if you explain what the the issues are. You just he's not really looking for someone to really do a review like when he sends you yours. He's not expecting you to do a review within the week of receiving it. So
Oh, well, the thing is, rabbit hunting season is still good for another month, right to the end of February. So right before literally the last day of rabbit season is my surgery day.
Yeah.
So if I could figure out a way to do it from my truck, you wouldn't believe I would.
Even, or you could even do this. Have somebody, I'm not gonna say it, but I'm going to. But if you get what I'm saying there, somebody in your family, your wife, kid, whatever, somebody sees a squirrel on the side of the road dead, have them pick it up and just make a quick little video out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now, what kind of strap do you use to strap it to a tree?
So the model that I think I'm going to get a picture from him and then I'll send it to you. So you could see it before he sends it.
I've got straps, but I just wasn't sure. That's the reason I'm asking.
So you could use a bungee cord, which I'm kind of working with a bungee cord on the 2 of mine.
Right.
Bungee cord doesn't seem like so far that it's really holding up real good. You might, not saying that yours will.
I've got a bunch of these. These are, nylon straps with V-rings. These things cinch down really tight.
No.
I use them on a lot of my gear. And these are basically trash at where I work. They throw these out.
Yeah.
So they're attached to thermal blankets that they get in for wine to keep it from freezing. And these straps are connected. I just cut them off near the blankets, and I just roll them up and put them in my pocket. And I use these things everywhere, and they're double stitched, as you can see. And these hold backpacking gear easy.
Uh-oh.
Hold my beer.
I don't know what the heck just happened there.
That was a hold my beer moment.
Yeah, thought I
that's nothing wrong. I'm not offended. Even though I don't drink, I work in an alcohol distribution warehouse, so don't worry about it. Literally, I trade alcohol.
Yep.
I've got bottles of wine right now that I won't even touch, but I carry it for trade purposes. I had whiskey, but I traded it.
Yeah.
I'm actually considering buying whiskey for trade for people who have skills that I.
No. No, like I said, so I'm gonna have him take a picture of yours and then send it to me, and then I'll send it to you or whatever. We'll figure something out here
Right.
before Friday, and then um the worst case scenario, that's all I would do. Just have somebody,
Find a squirrel or something.
yeah, yeah, find a squirrel on the side of the road and just test it out.
Well, there's a place I want to go to. It's called Russell Wildlife Area. It's where I usually go shooting. They have a firing range there,
Mm-hmm.
gun range, free. It's also where I go rabbit and squirrel hunting.
Mm-hmm.
And they have roads, but it's mostly covered in snow right now.
No,
And it's just the fact is, I can't tromp through the woods,
no,
and I'm worried about taking Ian because I'm not sure he wants to go down there just to play bird dog, you know.
no.
Oh, by the way, this is what I use the strap for, like that. This is one of my MSR kits.
No.
You see, and look at this thing. It didn't have a strap. I made one, and these things work perfectly.
No.
I have like maybe about 5 or 6 more of those. I just keep running them around the house. My wife says, "What are you going to do with all those?" I'll find a purpose. I got a reason.
Yeah. No, like I said, so chances are there's going to be between two slots on the top half. The one that I showed you guys,
I
or
saw the
showed
picture.
you, right? So it's going to be either a 2 slot or a 3 on the top, and
You had
that's
the
made to
one for each of the legs and the one for the head,
right.
and I
And
saw that.
then on top of that, there's going to be 3 little holes, and that's made to take your bungee cord. But you know what I've been doing? It's saved me a life so far. Bungee cord seemed like it's not holding up real good to, like, when you put the squirrel on it and you start to pull the hide down, that bungee stretches too far.
Right.
So what I've been doing is taking paracord and basically threading it through those 2 little holes, or 3. I have one that's got 3 and one that's got 2. And then you tie a knot around the base or around the tree at arm's length. And I'm pretty sure you know how to tie a good knot,
Oh, I've
to
got.
hold.
If I don't, I got a book that I was sent of
Yeah.
nothing but tying knots. But I mean, wasn't a trucker hitch or something like that that cinches down really.
Yeah.
The harder you pull on it, the tighter it gets.
Yep.
That way, you can yank on what you need to do, which is the hide.
Yep.
You're peeling a banana basically.
Yeah.
Basically all you're really doing.
So that's most likely what I would request to use as paracord, or
Okay.
some type of rope, heavy duty rope, bungee cord. I
I was
tested it
actually
out the other day.
because I was showing you this for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
I can use this with the D rings with a couple carabiners
Yep.
through the holes, and then attach it to them. And I could cinch it down in the back like
Yeah.
this around the tree, and just it'll be held up with a couple carabiners through here.
Yep.
It would not slide. It
Yep.
would not stretch. And you just undo it, and then there you go.
Yep.
I think a couple D-ring type carabiners through those holes would probably work just as well. And it's not, you don't have to tie knots.
Yep. I mean, like I said, I'm just giving you some tips. I mean, obviously, I'm still.
You're
You know,
figuring it out. That's
yeah.
all. I mean, the thing is, it's an amazing idea. I've seen similar things,
Yep.
but not like the one you had.
Yep.
And I definitely will not see the one like I'm getting, because it's, like you said, it's the 2.0 version.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I look forward to doing that because, like I said, I've skinned squirrels a lot when I was a kid, but there was nothing like I had. My dad used nails.
Yep.
He literally nailed it to a tree and then did it
Yep.
back in the day. He had like
Yep.
2 nails, one on either side of the head, and he just that way. And it was slick then. They didn't have anything like you got now. But
Mhm.
I'm not sure if you've ever seen anybody use nails.
No.
Those big 10-penny nails,
No.
one on either side of the head. It does the same thing.
No.
But that's the cheap poor man's method from the 40s, like my dad. So,
Well, one good thing is this is pocket size, backpack size, so you could take it on the road. You know, it's not.
oh, it'll definitely fit in my pack. That's going to
Yeah.
be definitely going with me. Or if
Yeah.
it fits in my case for my rifle,
No.
that even better.
No.
Now, once I
Yeah.
switch from my 12 gauge to a 20 gauge, it'll probably fit in that.
Mm-hmm.
I got a case that I want to use for that. But yeah, I've got plans for that, especially since we could use it for rabbits too. And I would rather be able to process rabbits and squirrel faster.
No.
And that, to me, that's the only way I can do it.
No.
Because, I mean, try to do it one-handed right now sucks because I'm trying to keep myself from falling on my butt.
Mm-hmm.
Because if my knee goes sideways, I'm not getting up.
No. Yeah, we'll be in touch later this week before Friday, and I'll send you.
Well, I'm
a
on
picture.
Thursday, as you already know, and I'll be on Jason's channel tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know where Jason disappeared to.
Yeah, I'm
But-
right here, just listening.
Now, you hear what he's talking about, right? You've seen what he's
Yeah.
got?
Yeah, the squirrel skinner.
Could you use something like that?
No, I'm used to doing it.
Well, yeah, have you heard of the two-nail method?
Like I said, my hands are strong enough. I just do mine by hand.
No, but my dad used a tree method, but he used two nails instead.
Yeah.
And just put it on either side of the head. Just
And
did it that.
You know,
And the thing is, it would take him like about a minute and a half to do the entire thing.
yeah.
He could have like a dozen of them done in 5 minutes. And like, I'm just struggling with my first two, and he's got the whole bunch of them done. And he goes, "What's kept you?" You know, but that was my dad. His family grew up where they brought any kind of meat home to put in the pot because they were dirt poor. So I learned what he learned, but I bet he would love to have one of those. He's not. I'd be happy to show that off, especially when I get my first squirrel and you guys can see me. I'm not sure how I'd really show that here on the channel though. I want to show it, but I don't want to get demonetized. Do you know what I mean?
You can show it because I got a video coming up on that Skinner. Actually, I'm really gonna put it to use this Friday coming up. Hopefully, if we get something. But the thing is, you just don't want to show like the internals, you know.
Okay.
So you
no,
could
that-
do the hide,
yeah.
just don't show the internal, you know.
Okay. I think you can use that for other than rabbits and squirrels too. If you're doing like a, what is it called? I want to say marmot, but that's not right. It looks like a weasel.
Mink.
A mink, possibly. You probably use that. Or maybe even, it's not a mink though. It's another, it's a, it looks like a parrot. I don't know what it is, but it's got black
fisher?
ears. A what?
A fisher.
It could be a fisher. I don't know. I spotted one once when I was hiking in Des Moines once along a creek bed, and it was after baby ducks. So I don't know. It could have been one of those. But I'm not sure if fishers are in Iowa or not.
Well, you got mink, muskrats.
And that wasn't definitely not a muskrat. It was a weasel type. So I've owned ferrets before, and it looked like a ferret to me.
Well, there's mink
wasn't.
out there that look like them.
It was white though.
Weasels.
It could have been a weasel.
Well, it's probably a weasel.
What's another? There's another thing that it's bigger than a weasel, but a marten maybe. I don't know.
Could have been a marten.
I have to look see what they have here in Iowa because I don't know.
Yeah, I have to look it up. Because I know up here in Michigan we got mink, muskrat, Weasels, we do have them up here now, not down in my lower Michigan, but up north of me they do. They got make Martin's more like the UP, I believe. I've never seen one around here, but I know we have mink, muskrat, and
There was a
weasel.
least weasel. I'm looking at a picture of one, and it. Give me a second here.
Because I know mink, those things are vicious. I've seen them carry a squirrel and kill it in a tree, climb down the tree with a squirrel, full body squirrel, down a tree, and killed it.
Right.
Is that what you saw?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because that's similar to a weasel.
No, it could have been a mink because well, the thing is, minks are a little bigger. This one wasn't that big.
Yeah.
Though we have mink in Iowa.
Yeah.
It's just the fact. The one I saw, this one looks like a ferret to me, which it does quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was white all around. That was the only issue. In the middle, it wasn't in the wintertime. It was during the fall. It could have been an albino, possibly. But
There's also pine weasels.
not in Iowa.
We have them up here.
Let me check one more thing here.
I believe, according to some people, but I don't know. I've never seen one.
Okay, here. This is what I saw. I got a better picture. Give me a second.
According to our DNR, that we got pine weasels up here, which I've never seen one, so it doesn't mean that they're here, but I just
That's what I saw.
pine
That's-
weasel.
Nope. It's the same thing as the first one. Literally same thing. But
What is
that's
that?
it's a least weasel. Is what it's called. Least. Like most least. Least. Weasel.
Yeah.
But the one I saw was that color. And they're white.
Yeah.
Now, that I didn't know anything about it until just now. It could be an ermine as well, which is I'm not familiar with what those are. They're in the same family, but they're short-tailed weasels.
Yeah.
So it's either ermine or a least weasel. So that's all I know. Pretty cool though. I was actually videotaping a mama duck bringing her babies across the creek until I realized the reason she was bringing them across from a wood pile when the weasel came over the bank,
Yeah.
because the weasel was after them. Cool. I missed videotaping that part. I did get the baby ducks, and it's one of my videos I have on my channel. I wish I would have got the weasel on there, but I didn't record long enough. As soon as I put my camera down, he came over the hill, over the bank. But
I guess they're called American Martins.
looks like a cat.
I guess that's what they call a pine weasel up here, but it's actually American Martin. So our DNR were talking about that just recently.
Are they protected or anything?
They're not protected, but I guess they're just like everything else. They hurt the turkey population. They hurt everything. So
They're like rats.
right, they're squirrels, but 10 times bigger. Like
And
they're
more carnivore.
yeah.
They're carnivorous squirrels. That's what just call them that.
Right. I've never seen one down here, but I guess they're like north of me.
It's sort of like, did you know we have flying squirrels in Iowa?
Yep, we do here too.
You know what they look like?
Yep, I have them on camera.
They look like sugar gliders.
Yep, or bats, I call them.
No, well, no, literally, I've seen pictures of them up close. I've seen sugar gliders. I've held sugar gliders. They look exactly the same thing. I always thought there was maybe they're sugar gliders that someone released into the wild or something.
No,
I would not be surprised. But sugar gliders can't handle the cold.
no.
They're not built for this weather. But they're mini flying squirrels.
Mm-hmm.
Totally protected in here in Iowa. But they're freaking cool. I would love to see one of those. Personally, I'd like to own one, but can't because they're protected.
I actually had a 110 conibear trap
Right.
set on a mink run, and I caught one.
Caught a flying squirrel?
Yep.
Bummer.
He flew right into it. I actually got on trail cam. I'll have to find the video, but you could see him. He was gliding in, and wham! It snapped on him.
He didn't have a chance.
No.
He never stood a chance. Jason, Doug wants to know if you're still kicking.
Yeah, I'm still kicking. Listen, I'm just listening tonight.
No, I got
Wow,
most
let's
of it
see your face.
figured out. So thank you guys for that. But talking about the cold weather stuff and the hunt and stuff, I'm living vicariously through you guys right now. When I get my knee fixed, though, I will still probably forget to record when I'm hunting. How much would you bet? I will have all my gear on, ready to go. As soon as I see something, I forget I have the gear on.
There's a lot of times, like last Friday when I was out with my buddy filming that episode on squirrels, there was so many parts of the pew-pews whacking them out of the trees. A lot of them, I could have probably had a total of 12 squirrels falling out of the tree on video, but it just got boring. Like, people would have been like, yep, there's another one falling out of the tree. Yep, there's another one. Yep, there's like, it's,
Now,
what I'm
if
saying?
you intermix that with a rabbit kicked up, they'd go
Right.
up to that would have been cool. But it gets boring after a while.
Right. People saying, yep, there's another one. Yep, pow. Yep.
Well,
falling
then
out.
I'm going to ask you a question in reference to something that Jason's doing. Is that he can't show a lot of that stuff on camera,
Yeah.
but he went over to Rumble, where you can.
Yeah.
Are you considering doing something like that too, or no?
I'm thinking about it just for that like purpose.
I mean,
How many
because
followers
it's very hunting friendly over there, apparently.
It is, I guess. That's what I heard.
So Jason is going to be our test model, or whatever you want to call it.
live today?
How much did you made off your live?
What was that now?
Did you make anything off your live?
No, it doesn't work like that. You need to have a whole bunch of viewers.
Do you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours?
No, you're monetized right away.
Dang.
Yeah, he's already made money. It just pennies on the dollar, literally.
Literally, it's pennies on the dollar. Yes.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I'm monetized, but I don't get as much. I mean, literally, I've made $20 this year, and it's it's only January. I need to make more than that, but I don't know what to do about that being able to go out and make content.
To go live, you actually have to open up a what do you call it? The
Studio.
a studio. Yes. I was able to go live. It didn't cost me anything.
As long as you're not doing porn, you're doing fine.
Yeah.
Flying lizards falling on the tree because of this. I bet the weather is really playing hazards with the lizards down there.
It makes me wonder about the crocodiles and alligators down there in
So
Florida.
actually, crocodiles and alligators actually are more resistant to the cold than you think.
Well, yeah, I know that, but
They
I
go
wonder.
into a hibernation state.
But I'm thinking, like, what if those little tiny like ponds and creeks are freezing over right now? You know what I'm
They
saying?
actually have dens they go into, I believe.
No, the alligators. No, what they'll do is they'll lower their metabolic rate and they'll stick their nostrils out of the water. And then when it freezes over, they just go into like a hibernation.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they hibernate. I mean, I'm not sure if there was a movie back in the day. It's probably in the '60s called The Happiest Millionaire with Fred McMurray. He owned alligators, and his ponds that he kept them in froze over when one of the maids left the windows open. His alligators literally froze solid, and he thought they died until they thawed out, and they just were everywhere in his whole mansion, causing chaos. It was really fun. It's a good movie.
Yep.
That's as much as I know about alligators. I'm sure other people know them better, like Trav and Mav, which you probably don't know who they are, and Blake and everybody from the southeast. Doug probably, and guy from down there. Who's south of Doug? Jason. That just started coming in my channel.
Yeah.
Yes, Doug could tell me. Who was that guy? The new guy just south of you, Doug?
Oh, that's going to be Make It Grow or something like that.
No, not Make It Grow. He comes to my channel a lot, but he's like not too far from Doug. So that's why I'm asking Doug since he's here. I wasn't sure if Doug was going to show up. Thought he'd be going like this.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're close to doing that, but all I wanted to see was a Texas snowman. Literally, that's all I really wanted.
Somebody put it on Twitter as Salty the Snowman.
Salty the snowman. No, I'm not getting the gator license there, Doug. I'm not dumb. Even in their slowest state would still be stronger than me. And they got bigger teeth than I do. They go big bad wolf on me like I was nothing. And I don't have anything against gators. They serve a purpose.
Yeah, they're delicious.
One of these days, I'm going to try to make a pilgrimage up to Michigan. I just got to figure out when and how. But like I was saying to everybody else, when I go back to work, I still have 3 weeks of vacation this year. So if I get back in April, that's still between April and December, I have 3 weeks of vacation to figure out what to do with.
Yep.
And I'll probably take it too, especially if I get my disability.
You come up here and hunt squirrels September 15th.
Maybe.
I got some private land that we can go to.
Oh, that's not too bad. As long as I don't need a license, or if I have to get my license, just let me know. But I'm hoping between now and then, if I get my disability, I will apply for my permanent license, lifetime license for hunting fishing. You wouldn't believe how much that costs for me to get.
A lot.
Jeez.
$7, $5 for the license, $2 for the pricing, the processing fee. Lifetime license. Once I get my disability figured out, then I can hunt and fish for the rest of my life without having to worry about it. I only have to worry about my specialty license, like my turkey license or a deer license or my trout license. That's it.
See, we got our small game license up here as a Michigan resident is $11, and then our deer tags are $20, and then you can buy a combo for $40, which is 20 and 20, and then 65 and up is senior rates up here, and
You got
instead
veterans
of
rates
paying-
too.
huh?
We have veteran deals here.
Yep, we do too. I've never really looked into them.
Well, I'm an out of state. I would be an out of state veteran coming over to you because I'd rather have it and not need it
no,
in case a warden just happens to pull us over and say, "Okay, do you got your license?" That kind of thing.
no,
Because it can happen. You know this.
oh yeah,
And I'd rather be able to pull it out and with my veterans card and
no,
I'm here just hunting with family.
no.
This is my cousin Tyler. 6 times removed, but still my cousin. Hey, when I say your family, dude, you're family, dude.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you.
I got many people that are, conservations that are my buddies.
Right.
And I got a girl that I know I graduated high school with. Now she's a conservation up here in Michigan. My other buddy's now a conservation officer in the state of Michigan. So I got 2 people that I know really well that are patrolling this area right now at the moment. So if I have a question, I just text them and they'll like pull it up. If they're on duty, they'll pull it up on their computer in their truck and they'll give me the answer right away. Like,
What I'd like to do is be able to get my license in every place I go and get the hard card to go with it. I know
Yeah.
people say, "But that's expensive," but it's a permanent record of me being able to hunt there. And
Yeah.
that's all that matters. And if I'm a veteran, I might be able to get a permanent one there, the only thing I can't really do it because I'm not a resident. That's the only issue. But I think it'd be kind of cool just to have one anyway. Because that means I can just go up there anytime and say, "Tyler, you free? Let's go."
yeah.
I'd love to snag you for bow fishing though. Just because. I've
You
never
would
been-
love it up here for that.
Long as we can make sure that whatever we get gets used, whether it's for fertilizer for field or someone's table.
Your arm would be so sore within one night.
Dude, you don't understand. I've done 100 arrow shoots before. I was told to quit when I was, halfway there. And I didn't realize how tired my arm was until I was done. I love to shoot. I've been shooting since I was 8 years old. And any way I can get to shoot and bring home food at the same time, I'm all for it. And I get to try my new gear out, which is going to be awesome, especially with that right there, Tyler, is my bow fishing reel.
No.
It's on my rack for a reason. But you're going to be one of the few times you see a fish being taken with a longbow,
No.
because that's the only bow I have that'll fit it.
It's-
Doug said he's been living there since '97, and it's the coldest it's ever been, and it's now down to 47 for him.
47.
Yep, the ice age is coming, Doug.
Yeah, global warming, my bleep.
he's gonna have polar bears crawling out of there.
Oh, you could have penguins walking outside his door.
Iguanas falling from the sky.
The only thing you'd really have to, I'm personally worried about, is the one animal that people don't talk about from Florida. Manatees. I'm worried about them.
Nah, they'll be fine.
I like manatees.
Get so off.
Yeah, don't touch
Not
them.
allowed to touch them.
No, I understand about not touching them. I know that they're protected, and I know all that stuff. But I
Yeah.
keep from worrying about them. They're not built for that. I mean, yes, they have the blubber. They're just like giant seals, but sort of blubber-wise, but still.
No.
They're one of my favorite sea animals. And I don't like the ocean at all. So I don't like anywhere I can't see the bottom. Trust me, I've flown over both oceans. I don't like it.
Mm,
I will not take a ship anywhere, folks. Not even into Lake Michigan, dude. Sorry. If I can't see the bottom,
So
What
nothing-
about Lake St. Clair? Come on.
so nothing bigger than
I
Disneyland.
see how deep Lake St. Clair is. I've seen the satellite pictures. Don't tell me I have already researched that puppy. It's not as deep as some of the places in the Great Lakes, but still pretty deep.
Okay, what about the St. Clair River? Have you looked that up?
I have not yet. Just the lake, because that's where you mentioned. So I'm not.
Look that up, because the St. Clair River from where I'm living now, it's literally no more than 2.5 miles from me right now.
Oh wow!
All right, I'm gonna be right back.
I grew up on a river. The Des Moines River, which is one of the major rivers here in Iowa.
Yeah.
I literally grew up on it. 6 blocks from my house.
Yep.
I fished that one all my life. But I almost drowned once as a kid through the ice. Fell through the ice. And ever since then, nope. I can swim, but it's just the fact is if I can't see the bottom, I figured I might go down and not come up. And I don't want to do that.
No.
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of water. I just have a very healthy respect for it. And ever since I found out that bull sharks can live in fresh water, especially near where you're at, you have a more likelihood of having them than I do. But they've been seen next to Iowa in the freaking Mississippi.
Yep.
In Iowa, they've seen them on the shore. So it's not unheard of to probably see one in the Des Moines River.
Nope.
Because bull sharks are no joke.
Nope.
But they're not as mean as some sharks, but they're still freaking sharks.
They still got that name to them, sharks.
Exactly. They got the fins, they've got the look, they got the teeth.
Yep. Where it's like, nope, I don't even want to come close to that.
Give me a pond or a small lake or something. I'm okay. As long as I can see the bottom.
Yep.
Even if it's clear and I can see the bottom. Doesn't matter how deep it is, because I used to scuba dive, surprisingly enough. Until my brother boxed my ear. And that pretty much he boxed this ear right here.
It's cold.
Yep.
Which meant I know Arkansas has gators. I've never seen a gator in the wild. Not once. Not been to Arkansas. Caught my first real big rainbow trout there. Now, I don't know if you have rainbow trouts where you're at.
He does.
Where he's at.
Look, cold
I don't
water
know
fish.
if St. Clair's got them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I would definitely make sure I get a tackle license when I go up there. Because I would definitely go for I can't bow fish for trout. Not here anyway.
Our area got fished out on Sunday.
I did hear from Scott, SD Mountain Man. He said that you can bow fish for trout in South Dakota. Now, to me, that would be like the ultimate thing. I could eat what I catch, and it'd be something I'd really want to eat, because there's nothing better than butter fried trout in a cast iron skillet, and that's all I really need.
Yep.
Hot skillet, a lot of butter, and a trout. Ian and I ate for days up at Yellow River, which I'd love to. Actually, it's actually closer to you than most people, because it's in the northeast corner of Iowa, not too far from Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
You know where Prairie du Chien is from you.
Yep.
That's not far, is it?
I would say that's 5, 6, 7 hours roughly. I'm kind of like on the southeast of Michigan. Like I said, I'm kind of roughly a mile or 2 miles from St. Clair River, and then on the other side of me is Lake St. Clair. So I'm like in the middle of the two, but I'm like, I'm an hour north of Detroit. So I'm kind of like in the dead zone, basically. And the problem is, this is the problem I hate about my location is every time I call out to like people,
Right.
I get Canada cell service because how close I am. Like it sucks. It says, "Oh, welcome to Canada. Calls are blah blah blah." Even though I'm not in Canada, but the St. Clair River. When I'm
Right.
on, obviously in the United States, when I drive along the St. Clair River up to Lake Huron, it says "Welcome to Canada." It's
I
like,
see that. I'm looking at when I was looking at the map and where the Detroit map is. You go across the river from Detroit, you're in Canada.
yep,
Going south.
yep,
I did not know that.
yep,
That's where you goes from Detroit to Windsor.
mm-hmm,
And I go, how's that even possible? But
yep,
apparently it's the thing. Um, but I also, I'm not sure if you heard what I mentioned, is that I noticed that Grosse Point is up that way.
yep.
And your thing is, you're like, no clue why I'd be mentioning that. There was a movie called Grosse Point Blank with John Cusack.
Yep.
Good movie, by the way, if you ever get a chance to watch it. Very funny. About an assassin going back to his high school reunion. But in Grosse Point. But I'd always want to go visit places that have been in movies. I've been to the Great Meteor Crater. I've been to the boardwalk where Lost Boys was filmed. All that kind of. Just love going visiting places like that. I've been to the Mount Rushmore,
Mm-hmm.
where they filmed National Treasure.
Yep.
So
that's okay. I've been to the Circle K many times where they filmed Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
I've been to Circle K too. When I lived in Arizona.
That exact Circle K.
I've never been to that one though.
Yes.
Did you meet Rufus?
Who?
Rufus.
No. Couldn't hear him.
Did you know that Rufus's name wasn't mentioned until the boys told their friends, called out his name?
Yeah.
In the movie. Because when he first met him, he didn't tell him his name until then. Yeah. It's very funny. It's an oxymoron thing, a time dilation thing. I'm not going to go down that road. So, what are you drinking? Tell me.
What?
What are you drinking?
He's drinking the beer.
Remember, I don't have a problem with you drinking. Bush, really? Bush Light?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You're definitely from Michigan.
Yep.
I'm kidding.
No, it's the problem is like up here we got a few, beers that are, Michigan people drink, but I don't know. I don't drink as much as I used to. Like every once in a great while, I'll have a few, but it's like, I mean.
Well, the reason why I laugh so much is because when I was in the service coming up back from Germany the first time, I drank beer like it was water. Because the beer from Germany to beer from to the United States, night and day.
No.
This is American beer. This is German beer. This is what I was used to. This was like next to drinking water by the time I come back. I went through a 12-pack without getting buzzed.
Yeah.
It scared the crap out of me. And I go, this is not right.
Yeah.
I quit drinking after that, and I haven't touched alcohol in over 20 years.
Yep.
No, almost 30 years now. So I think I'm doing pretty good.
Yep.
No, it has been 30 years. Crap. I'm 57 now. Yeah.
Yeah, and the water I'm drinking tonight, boys, is this.
What
Oh
is
my
it?
God. Wesley. It's
Great Lakes
Wellesley Farm.
Mostly Farm. Is that spring water?
It's purified water.
Oh.
So I've been kind of mixing it up with a couple of them.
You're watering it down. Just admit it.
It doesn't have the minerals in there that we need.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's like I'll drink a sip of that and then I'll go to water. Like I mean, I'm not. I used to be bad, where a couple years ago I was like, yep, nope, one after another, just to do,
I was
Yeah, I
young
was
once too there, Tyler.
Yep,
I was your age once, a long time ago.
yep,
I'm 57 now. If that gives you an idea how old I am, difference between us. And when I was your age in the service, when I was over in Germany, there was nothing for me to do.
yep,
I couldn't shoot my bow, and you can't hunt.
yep.
Fishing was next to impossible. And try to do that for 2 years when you can't do any of that. What do you got left? You drink and play Dungeons and Dragons. That's it.
Yep.
After that, nope. So, but I went from California. From Germany to California.
60 degrees in the shop.
Huh?
It's 60 degrees inside the shop.
Well, that's good.
No, it's cold.
To me,
60 degrees, I'd be loving that.
I'd be sleeping like a baby in that much.
Right.
Ooh, no, it's cold. It's chilly.
Oh my God.
That's not cold.
No.
I'd be wearing shorts. I mean,
Uh-huh.
50s and 60s is shorts weather here in Iowa.
You come down here and you live here for a little while, you'll say the same thing.
Nah.
I lived in California for 2 years. It did not change my blood that much. I lived in California. I lived in Germany. I was stationed in Biloxi. I've been stationed in San Antonio for a number of months. A lot of months, actually about a half a year in over my whole career.
Yeah,
in
even the dog crawled underneath the blanket. Jeez,
Well, it probably has no fur. Mac is in on the bed with Jenny right now. Yes, Doug. If you shoot it, you better eat it because I don't like. Game is meant to be eaten.
No.
So even with the what they call not game fish and not game non-game fish up here, like gar and stuff like that, I would either eat it or use it for gardening. Because I found out putting fish in your garden is a good thing. If you don't have good soil, bury fish in your yard.
Yep.
You wait about, I think it's like 6 to 8 weeks after you do that, there will be next to nothing left of the fish. No smell, nothing. And your soil will be rich.
Yep.
Now, Eskimo, you don't even know how to spell Eskimo. He spelled Eskimo with a C. It's with a K. Or Inuit, if you want to call them, by their proper names. You didn't see Mystery Alaska? Come on. I used to know how to ice skate back in the day, too, Tyler.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, it got so cold here, the ice would freeze on the roads. You could literally skate all the way across town without hitting any patches that you couldn't skate on.
Sounds like fun.
It was, because I would have to skate all the way up to the post office to get our mail. And Only thing is I didn't have covers for my skates, so I'd skate up to the post office, grab my parents' mail, skate all the way back, and it took less time to do that than it would be trying to drive.
Mm-hmm.
And surprisingly enough, fictionally, mind you, I was on a hockey team. Somehow, some way, a local radio program created a fictional hockey team, and I end up as the goalie of the 1 year that my high school had hockey. We won the championship that year.
Dang.
I can honestly say I have a hockey dedication thing. I never played hockey in my life, but I love the game. So
Yeah.
I think my voice is getting ready to go. And it's
I'm about ready to get off here.
Yeah.
I've got to clean all this up because I've got the whole living room blocked. I'm probably going to have to pull Ian out to help me pack everything back. I'm going to have to take all your guys' advice about getting Jenny's gear packed properly. I can't remember who was asked. I think it was Dan about the blanket pen. I happen to have an extra one, so I got that for Jenny. Before I go, I'm going to show you which blanket that Jenny chose. Check out this one. You know what's really interesting about this one, other than it being a single instead of a full size? For those people who didn't know, this is a civil defense blanket. For those people who know what civil defense is, back in the day, it used to be very popular.
Yep.
This one here, somehow, some freaking way, if I can find the tag, here it is.
Survived.
Yes, from Ohio. But this is a civil defense blanket, 100% wool, and all my 3 wool blankets that I own, she chose this one, and this is my best one.
Yeah.
But since she's my wife, she gets this one. Oh, by the way, those straps I showed you earlier, I'm going to use a couple on this one to hold it together, to roll it up. And I figured this rolled up on her backpack will be better, even if she uses it as a ground sheet inside her tent or shelter. It'll help keep the moisture down and keep her warmer. Even though people say, "Oh, you got to put your ground sheet down and you got to put thermal blanket down and all that other crap," in an emergency situation, you don't need that much.
Yeah.
Thermal blankets are hard to fold once you open them up. Just saying. Even the emergency sleeping bags, same problem. Because they don't last, they're not meant to last forever, they tear.
No.
Which is why I figured if she gets it, she uses it as a liner for this thing. Or she puts it out the outside of this thing to give it an extra thermal layer. Be a baked potato. In that case. Because that's all it's good for, making you like a baked potato.
Yep.
I didn't say you weren't smart. I just said I'm dyslexic, so that's the reason why I caught it, because I had to go through 4 years of dyslexia classes. You know how dumb that makes a person feel going through high school that way? Being left-handed and dyslexic is not a way to go in high school. Especially back in the 80s. Huh?
Oh, I was going to let Tyler know I was able to recover those slugs that I shot those mice with.
Yeah.
Oh, he saw a rat. He's going after a rat later this week.
Yeah, it's too cold to leave the door open.
That rat is probably in the shop trying to keep warm.
Oh no, I saw it earlier today.
What about the cat?
It's around here somewhere.
It's in the house?
In the shop. In the shop.
He's in the shop? That's what I meant. Okay.
Yeah.
It's probably in there feasting on them.
Probably feasting on the rat, you think?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. By the way, those slugs never made it into the duck seal. They mushroomed.
You mentioned that earlier. You said.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know if Tyler saw them yet.
What?
I didn't
Were
see
they the hybrids?
Yes.
Oh.
They totally opened up on
Yeah.
impact.
Do you use any brake barrels, Tyler?
I do.
You got any preferences? Because Ian's got a Beeman, dual caliber, 22
Yeah.
177.
Gamma Swarm series are pretty good.
Stay.
The Dianas.
Diana's are real good.
Are
Pay
they
for
low
those.
end or high end? Because I mean, budget
Dianas
friendly.
are going to be the higher end.
Yeah, because budget
Well,
friendly.
Diana's I would consider high end, but
Well-
Gamma Swarms, you can.
They sell those at Walmart.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 5, the Diana is going to be like a 3.5.
No.
The Gamos are probably going to be 2.5 to 3.
What do you consider Beeman?
1.
Yeah.
It's off the shelf.
But the thing is, Ian nailed a rabbit on the run with one of those in the head. That says for amazing things. The only thing reasons he hates it is the freaking rate of fire. That's his only beef with it.
Well, I know Crosman came out with because I know Gamma came out with the Swarms that's mag fed. Now Crosman took over. They got a couple of the mag feds where you just break down the barrel, and and shoot. You don't have to break it down, load a pellet, push it up. That's the future right now of break barrels.
Are they
like
177s or 22s?
you can get them in 17722.
Because Ian likes the caliber 22 caliber.
Yeah.
But I think he would love that version because thing he doesn't have to worry about reloading and everything else. Because like I said, that when you have to do a full-on break barrel, then put your pellet in, try to close it while something's trying to get away from you, is not the best thing to do.
Yeah.
But what he did on that, go ahead.
Oh, I see it as, the old-fashioned break barrels, like you just said. Those are old school. I mean, yeah, they still work for pop cans and stuff, stuff
They're
like that.
thinkers.
Yeah. But I would go, if he's going to go out hunting, I'd go like Gamma Swarm series, 22.
He doesn't have
Crosman
a
now
job right
makes
now,
them.
and he's kind of on a budget. That's the only issue.
Yeah, I mean, it would all depend. I mean, if he's looking more for something that he doesn't have to single load a pellet in every single time, I mean, he might be best to go to something where it's got a mag on it.
Right.
I mean,
When you
he's
get into
looking at a regular 22, like a Savage, something simple, not too expensive, that gives like 10 rounds. He likes the idea of that because he stole mine from me over Christmas and went squirrel hunting with it. Yeah, but he did get something, which is, amazing. Hey, King, welcome back.
Hey, King.
He was here earlier, but he came in right before you did, and then he disappeared.
Yeah. When you get the Rye Rock, spring piston, that's when you're going to be spending a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well,
But you get what you pay for too.
I'm looking for budget friendly, but has enough power.
That was not budget friendly.
Well, depends on what kind of budget you have. If you don't have a budget because you don't have a job, $200 plus, that's not in the budget. Paying your rent, paying for food, that's in your budget.
Well, I do know for a fact that you can find the Gamma Swarm Whisper in 22 at Walmart for like 170. I've seen them. I've seen them as low as that.
Well, even though he already knows it, but I bought him that for Christmas one year, the dual caliber Demon, because of the versatility.
Yeah.
I like the fact that being more versatile means more options.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you're hunting, options is everything.
No.
And the fact that he could shoot both BBs and pellets out of the dang thing, if he's got the 177, that's amazing. But you can only shoot pellets out of the 22, obviously. But he has options. That's the issue. Thing.
Now remember, there's two types of beemen. You got the Chinese beemans that are made over in China, then you got the ones that are made in Germany.
And the gum.
Oh, and the gum too, yes.
I have no idea because it was off of Amazon.
Well, the German ones are going to be your better ones, so they're also going to be the more expensive ones. But yeah, they're pretty sweet.
All right, y'all. I think I'm gonna get
Pretty
off
close to
here
being
pretty
done.
much.
Yeah, he's got the Kodiak.
Yes, the Kodiak. I got the silver.
He's got the regular.
Yeah.
That's what he's got. He's got the Kodiak.
Yeah, with that thing, use the heaviest pellet you can freaking find with that thing.
Yeah, he got the ones from Cliff.
In 177.
He uses the 22s from Cliff.
Yeah.
He's got like
22.
3,000 rounds.
Yeah, use the 16s.
Well, folks, I am getting tired.
Yeah, I'm gonna get here.
I mean, I'm really late for even me. I mean, it's like almost 11 o'clock, and I'm tired.
It's almost midnight up here.
Yeah, no,
you're an hour ahead of me.
I'm winding down too.
Yeah, we're in the same. Him and I are in the same time zone. But be well, brother. I will hopefully see you tomorrow on his live. You and I will talk later this week about that, thing, and I'll have the money ready to go on Friday.
Yep.
I'll be looking forward to doing that because I've got to pick up because I got some more things I'm picking up as well.
Yeah.
Archery related stuff.
All right, guys.
Be well, be safe, guys. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for the advice for my wife's get home bag. I really appreciate it. She will definitely appreciate it. So we're out of here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this puppy. There we go.